here, and it's us four: MCF, DCU, Simus Says, and Mosh. Cowboys Mosh. Again, welcome to the show, guys.
Again, thanks for taking time out of your nights to come talk Cowboys with us here. There we go. Let's scoot in properly. Why doesn't everyone take a second real quick, shout themselves out, kind of give a quick little synopsis of what you guys do over on your own channels, and then, let's talk Cowboys.
I'm ready. Who's up first? How about we go with Charlie here, the youngin', DCU. Oh, okay. Let me make sure we unmute here. Hold on.
There we go.
There you go. Now you're unmuted. You're good.
You said young, but I think I'm older than all y'all. No, I mean, Charlie from Dallas Cowboys Uncensored, and I'm ready for this shit. Is that too early for this?
Love it. No, we passed the 30-second zone there, the 60-second mark.
Yeah, we're good to go.
Now, we got two OGs, so you guys decide who goes next. Simus Says, Mosh, Simus in the house. Yes, sir. Oh, shit. Simus, yes, you're up. Go ahead, bro. You're up next.
Oh, because you were muted. Okay, well, greetings and salutations. TCE Enforcer, Simon Says, Loudmouth, Cowboys Extremist, 80%, 20%. You know me. You know how I do it. And if you don't know, you in for a long night.
You're going to know. Yeah. Man, much love, Simus. And, of course, the man, Mike Mosh, South to Heaven 88. But he's now known as Cowboys Mosh and many other names. The Jersey man, the winners here, get them jerseys. So, Mosh, break it down.
Glad to be here, Cowboys Mosh and a zillion other channels. And it's all about the D, it's all about the C, it's all about the mother effing star and Go Cowboys. And again, this offseason is finally over. I mean, we technically, all the training camp and preseason, but my point is finally it's here. So
I know. Been a while.
We're all here, we're ready to go.
Finally, man. I'm same page. So now that we all said our hellos, our intros, and make sure you guys all subscribe to all these channels right now. If you get a chance and jump back in here, baby, you're the moderator tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I have to admit it's probably been one of the quieter off seasons for Dallas. I think a lot of that has been with the way that the front office has handled some of the, let's say, moves and losses and other things that they have done. So Jerry even mentioned it today, right? They moved on specifically from Amari Cooper, Randy Gregory, and La'el Collins because between their contracts and their availability, whatever it was just wasn't working for Dallas. So obviously we've shared our thoughts before on how we feel the front office has kind of let the team down a little bit when it comes to some of the lack of free agent signings, at least at a few positions. Now, I don't want to really get into it too much because, like I said, you guys have heard us, but I personally am not too happy with the fact that we didn't even bother to look at some of the wide receivers available that are all at reasonable Cowboy price ranges. Like, we're not talking $10 million, okay? Like, you can pick somebody up $3, $4, $5 million and, I don't know, make yourself feel a little bit better, especially with the Michael Gallup situation. I don't know, just me. At least that's the one position that concerns me. Even more than linebacker. I'm going to say it, even more than linebacker. So, at least when it comes to depth.
How about offensive line? We'll get to it.
I know what it looks. I know what the league looks like when it comes to offensive linemen, so my expectations are like down here. Anyway, let me shut up, hand it over to you guys. My general point or question is, how do you guys feel about the way that the front office has handled the offseason as far as either moves that we have or haven't made that you wish they had made, or you're good with it, you're happy, you're kind of waiting to see what they do? Like, how are you guys feeling about it?
I mean, I guess we'll pick somebody. Like,
yeah.
Your thing, but it's your job.
So, let's just go around. I mean, Mosh, go ahead, man. You got the...
Mosh, you got the floor.
I think most of us have their same answers. Randy Gregory and Cooper, and they had the money to keep them both here, and then the signings. We can talk about this till we're going to turn blue. Again, I know Julio's old and Emmanuel Sanders old, T.Y. Hilton's old and injured. Man, just veteran depth to teach some of these young guys here, man, and let them learn. CD he's still young. He ain't a vet. It's like, who they going to talk to? Noah Brown? Just to have one of those guys even on the team, if at an affordable price, I think just have that veteran leadership and depth here would be great for any of the young guys on our team. And go to the next guy. Like I said, I think we all got to have the same answers. It's a hell of an offseason when the biggest deal was It was about the cops. Jerry Jones in an accident, and then Kelvin Joseph in whatever he was going through. Yeah, we all know. Go ahead, Charlie.
Charlie up. Let me unmute you. There you go. Oh, you have to unmute yourself, Charlie. There you go.
Yeah. As far as offseason goes, I'm not as upset as most fans. I would always like us to be a little bit more aggressive. But excuse me, I'd like to see us a little bit more aggressive, but not like a lot of fans would. As far as Julio Jones go, I made a tweet today. I'm kind of glad the Bucs ended up with him. I find it really, really, really weird that Cowboy Nation is freaking the fuck out about Malcolm Gallup missing 4 to 8 games. And our answer is, Cowboy Nation, let's replace him with the motherfucker who's missed 14 out of the past 33 games. That's great fucking common sense, y'all. That is, I love it. Like, let's replace the injured guy with another fucking injured guy. Just because we have the money, might as well just go spend the money. That I don't go with. I am 100% cap hell is a myth, and I'm 100% that the cap is real, but never a reason not to sign a player. But you don't sign him just to sign him. You don't replace a hurt guy because you're freaking out with another hurt guy. That made no sense to me.
Oh, great point.
As far as Randy Gregory goes,
points.
I have no problem with Randy Gregory going. I think people fell in love with the story of Randy Gregory more than they fell in with his production. I think people, I'm pro-V, but I think the potheads got around, grabbed hands, put the tie-dye shirts on, lit up a fucking joint, and sing Kumbaya because fucking Randy Gregory fucking smoked speed. The production-wise of it, he wasn't very productive. He did good last year. I'm not saying he didn't do. I'm not saying he did horrible. I'm just saying that his production never met the level of what fans. His thing was always this year. It was always going to be Randy Gregory's year, and he just never got there. He never quite got there. So I wasn't really upset about that. Cooper, yeah, you know, if anybody watched my channel last year, I said it this time last year, and I said it multiple times during the season. When they did not restructure his contract, nobody should have been surprised when they cut him or when they traded him this year. When you got $20 million sitting on the cap and you can free up $16 million, and you choose to do 3 offensive linemen and only get about 17, 18 million, that says a lot. Then when you go later on in the offseason and you choose to do a running back that already has a messed up contract, that should tell you a lot. And this should put the ice on the cake. When they redo a quarterback who just signed his deal 6 months prior, hadn't even played one snap on his new deal, and they restructured his deal instead of Amari Cooper, that should have been the icing on the cake. Everybody knew that he was probably going to be gone at the end of the year. I did the same thing to Dez in 2017. Fans freaked out when I said he's probably going to be cut, and he got cut at the end of his 2016 season, 17 season. So follow the money. And when they don't restructure a deal, it says a lot. Doesn't mean automatically because they didn't restructure D Laws either. But they redid his contract and gave him some new money, lower his cap hit, stuff like that. So, but yeah, I wasn't mad about Cooper. I'm not mad about Randy Gregory.
So you like most of the moves. So that's all right.
No, yeah, it's not that I like or dislike. Yeah. It's just they don't affect me. I mean, I'm not going to go doom and gloom and lose my shit and like, oh fuck, we're going to lose the season. Now we're going to go 10-7, and everybody's getting better, and we're getting worse. And I was like, no, I'm not going to go doom and gloom.
I'm curious. I'm curious to know.
I think Amari Cooper has his replacement on the team, and that's CeeDee Lamb. I think Lyle Collins has his replacement on the team. That's still, and I think Randy Gregory doesn't necessarily have his replacement on his team, but Dorrance Armstrong, with a few more snaps, did not much worse than Randy Gregory did. I mean, it's not. They wasn't far off. Randy Gregory was a better player. I'm not saying he wasn't a better player. He actually had better numbers with less snaps. But he still. If you give me this, you give me $14 million with 6 sacks and 40, however many pressures he has and all that good stuff, and you give me Dorrance Armstrong for $6 million. I'm taking Armstrong over Randy Gregory every day.
And if Gregory wasn't willing to make that concession on the contract,
let me jump back on that Cooper thing. It wasn't just about Cooper. You got to understand that. Fuck, we lose players all the time. But it's the fact that we let Cooper go and Cedric Wilson go and, you know, the third guy I'm thinking of. And we're sitting here with, look at who we're sitting here with now. So
I think you're talking about Malik Turner. I think you're talking about, yeah.
But now, when we let the depth go too, we're not looking so hot. Yeah.
So I gotta hear what Simon says. I got my own viewpoints on this. I'll bring it up. I'll let Simon speak. Take the floor here first.
I'll start it like this. I say this all the time. I've been saying it. Listen, the NFL is a business. Players come and go. The star remains. People want to play for the Cowboys. Randy Gregory, we can start right there. University of Nebraska. Listen, I love Randy Gregory, but I said it the day he was drafted. The reason I didn't want him, because he got mental problems and he smoked a lot of weed. I knew it was going to be a problem. We didn't even see potential in this guy until just last year. We seen flashes before, but last year is when we seen it. Did he deserve that money? Fuck no. As much as I like Randy Gregory and I own a Randy Gregory jersey, he did not deserve that money. I got to agree. I think Dorrance Armstrong is better. I do believe he's better. I do believe he'll fill in just nice, God willing, no injuries. And Sam Williams, if he doesn't have the R. Kelly fetishes going, he's going to be just fine, and you're going to forget all about him. And I'm serious. If he don't have that problem, and I call it the R. Kelly, he's going to be just fine. Coop was gone. I don't know whatever. I don't know. Listen, I don't know what the fuck y'all were thinking. Coop was gone. Did y'all not hear this man in November? He was gone. The way he was talking, he threw subliminals at us in November. He was gone. Then that whole hoopla with the COVID shit, I knew that he was gone. I said it several times in my video. I know Coop probably gone after the season. It was going to happen. You remember a guy named Lyle Collins. Remember that little teddy bear that was sitting there with his mama when he was drafted? Well, excuse me, when he was undrafted because of the problem that he had down there? Well, we don't want to talk about that, though. Listen, I don't know who the fuck this nigga was, and I'm going to say it just like this. That dude with the chains and Mr. Third Person, he wasn't worth the money. Pushing a man to the side wasn't getting it. When other guy over here is old and Tyron Smith, all you did over here was push. I seen greatness in Terrence Steele. Not saying he was going to be this all-world Ring of Honor guy, but, I mean, his potential is there. It's solid. He's there. What is it? Josh Ball. We got guys. I don't know what the hell everyone else is saying. I'm not even calling the youth movement. We got to give these other fucking guys a chance because you know what, Cowboy fan, Cowboy Nation, you know what they do? As soon as one of these guys get cut, even these veterans that just got cut, oh, we should have kept them. Oh, we should have kept them. Let's give these other guys a chance. Coop not worth the money. Glad he's gone. Good luck with you. You're in Cleveland. Boy, you know you fucked up. Let's be honest. Lyle already on the pup. Randy Gregory already on the pup. Does that not tell you that the Cowboys, I hate to say it, Catboy called it on this one. The two dudes that they got rid of is already on the pup. Seriously. Who gives a fuck about Cedric Wilson? What he do? He can throw the ball. Fake ass Cordell Stewart. What he fucking do? Why did we just what? It took us how many years for the Boise State moron to finally get his head out his ass and play ball? Let's look at it for what it is. Did we see this shit when he first got drafted? No. Did we see this in the second year? No. We just seen all this shit. Everybody, even me and Cool, I was like, holy shit, he can throw a pass. Oh, that looked cool. That's great. Then go get your money. Hey, I remember a guy that he reminded me of. I was laughing the other day about Cedric Wilson. I'm like, hey, remember Laurent Robinson? Don't he remind you of Laurent Robinson? Get the fuck out of here. Like, come on. And where's anybody see Laurent once he left? Like, seriously, a lot of these guys are not who you think they are. They look kind of like what my man was saying. It looked good when they were with the Cowboys. It looked good when they had that star. They looked like world beaters. Okay, what did Randy Gregory give us? What did Lyle Collins give us? Hell, let's get deep with it. What did Diggs give us? What did Micah Parsons give us? What did Dak give us? TP3, all of them. I was there. We got embarrassed by the 49ers. You could have cut the whole fucking team as far as I'm concerned. That's how I felt when I walked out of AT&T Stadium. I didn't give a fuck who got cut. You lost to our greatest conference rival. Bullshit. All y'all needed. There should have been. I wish they did it like old XFL where you couldn't get your check. You don't do that. We're spoiled. I'm talking about Cowboy fans. You're spoiled. I can sit here and name this guy. The guy that just got picked up by the Eagles. I had some moron Eagle fan tell me, "Oh, we stole your player." No, you didn't. You didn't steal our player. What are you talking about? Everybody wants to be a Cowboy. Everybody wants to be beat the Cowboys. I like the guys we got. I can sit here and go through these numbers and all that shit, but I look at the flaws of the guys that were going. If they were still worth something, they'd be here. Hey, is Jaron Kerr still here? Yep. Malik Hooker still here? Yep. If they were worth something, they would still be here. That's how I feel. They would have cut everybody. Like I said, when I walked out of that stadium and seen all that red and gold cheering at our stadium, I did. When I got on the corner of Randall, Mill, and Collins, I said, fuck them all. They all should be cut, and we should just tear the whole team down and rebuild. That's embarrassing. You don't do that. That's a no-no. You could have went to an NFC as far as the NFC title game. You embarrassed us. What you're doing right now in Oxnard and all of that shit, I don't care what you do. You got enough talent to get to the playoffs. I'm sick of this shit. Like I can go on and on and on about this.
I hear you. You're making some great points.
I'm only going to bring up one thing before I hand things off to you, because now DCU, Simus both brought it up, and this bothers me, because I feel like the narrative around Randy Gregory has been, I don't know, did Jerry Jones use that little thing from Men in Black or something, erase everybody's memories? Guys, we were literally like an ass crack hair away from signing Randy Gregory. The only reason we didn't is because of one random ass line in the contract, and Randy Gregory would rather get high than, sign the fucking contract. If it wasn't for that, we're about to pay him, what was it, like 18?
14 million a year for 70 million.
So the Cowboys were ready, willing, and able. They wanted Randy Gregory over Dorrance Armstrong. Even though you guys brought up all those stats and all those great points, the Cowboys still looked at Randy Gregory and said, even with the penalties, even with the surgeries, even with the availability issues, we want Randy Gregory. And the only reason, it wasn't money, it wasn't anything, it was literally just the language of the marijuana drug situation. I remember, you remember what it was.
It's voiding their guaranteed money, and that will piss any player off. Listen, again, I hear everybody's points, and everyone's making some great points, and my bigger issue than with the holes that were left from Lel. I believe Lel Collins is a little better than Terrence Steele, but I understand why that happened.
That's the one move that I'm pretty much with the Cowboys on. Right. Lel wasn't giving us anything.
I mean, Amari is freaking. He would have been getting paid a low number one receiver money right now because of the way all the contracts are going. So it's not he would not have been. Now listen, availability with the foot, with the vaccine. You're fucking with Jerry's money. At that point, he's out the door. And again, the restructuring, that was like you guys all said, that was obvious. That was a very good possibility that was going to happen. But and then who was the other one? Randy Gregory. Yeah. You already made the point there. I mean, we wanted him. Dan, you know who wanted him? Dan Quinn wanted him. But he had to get the next guy up now because again, and this leads me to the problem that I have. It's the way this front office works. It's not a surprise. It's the mismanagement of team business. And I know we talk about Steve Jones, and I hate the guy. I can't stand him. And even though he may make a couple, might fall ass backwards into something right, but I do think that if some of these guys were, a little less costly, he would have kept all these guys in some shape, form, or fashion for the most part. If they fit the team money guidelines, and that's the thing. Again, I understand they use the cap to use their emotions to then pick up or release who they want or don't want. It's not even if they get lucky. If they do a move and it worked out, it's because it wasn't because of skill. I think from the front office or Jerry Jones GMing. I think it's just Lel Collins and Randy Gregory on the PUP list. They have been unavailable for a lot of years with us, so it's not a surprise that they're there. And that's partially the reason why they're not with the Cowboys. It's the way the Cowboys go about it. We went around and said, "Hey, Amari's going to be cut." Oh, but then a week later, hey, let's trade. You want to trade? What the fuck is that? Like, what kind of business? Like, I never was in business with anybody that did that. And I can take it to like Blake Jarwin. They got to announce it while we're trying to work a Dalton Schultz deal, and then we got to tag them because they're too busy bullshitting with Amari, and that's my issue. It's the front office fuck ups that never end. And this year, I think it was the way things are handled is the bigger mess up. Now, when it comes to the receiver spot. and depth spot. I have an issue with, and again, Charlie brought it up, DCU, about freaking out about not having the number 2 receiver right now. In a way, I don't think we have a number 2. I do not count on James Washington. He got beat out by 2 Pittsburgh backups last year, and I know. Listen, he was double covered. He was covered by the number 1 receiver more than like the same as Gallup was, like top 5. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, see what he can do. Jalen Tolbert's a rookie. I love to see what he's got, but a rookie, right? So that's our number 2 and 3 right there. Noah Brown is next. If one guy gets hurt, and then in the first 4 to 6 weeks of the season, Noah Brown's going to start. And I know Simus loves Simi Fehoko, but he ain't ready. TJ Vash is not ready.
He's ready.
Ready for what? Ready for what? Ready for what? I'm sorry.
He's ready for the practice squad.
Ready to drop. Go ahead.
I'm going to say this.
Go ahead.
Listen, stop looking at, and I know a lot of people get mixed up on where certain players were drafted and all of this shit. Listen to me. I'm telling you now. Come slam on my ass if I'm wrong. Simi Fehoko out of the University of Stanford is ready. We don't give some of these guys a chance. I know what people will say. He's ready. The guy got great hands. Listen, I'm a diehard college football. I was happy when we got Simi Fehoko. The guy is ready. The guy can play. I can't wait for. That's why I'm so excited for the preseason. And I'm not lying. It is like go, ha! I told you.
I'm waiting. Listen, I'm waiting for that because I remember when you said this last year, and I'm like, I want this to happen. I said about Tristan Hill. Look at he ended up right. But what I'm trying to say is like Fehoko, when I see the OTAs where he had his best opportunity to do something, he had like 10 days out of the 14. He had like number 2 receiver job, and he had like one good practice. So I'm cheering him on. I just got to see him. He has opportunities now. He's got to go do something about it.
He was kind of, watching Simi, and I'll say this. You could tell, even when you watched him move around or when he used to do those spots on DallasCowboys.com, he was starstruck. He was a little stan, as Eminem would say. Yeah, maybe you could tell the way he would retweet something that Dak would say and how he would act. I was like, he's kind of... He's fanboying right now. Okay, you're there. You seen it. You've been there. Okay, man. Now calm down. You play for this team. Calm down. Get your ass out there and show everybody you're worthy to be here. Listen, we got to give these guys a chance. We said here.
I'm cheering them on.
Noah Brown, Cedric Will. We gave these guys ample opportunities to get. They were hurt. Oh, this guy got hurt at preseason. Oh, this guy's gonna play. Oh, this guy's hurt. It's like, come on, give these guys an opportunity.
Oh, Simus, guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna have opportunities. They're all gonna have opportunities.
Jimmy getting a lot of time now. Yeah, he's gonna get all the time in the world to prove himself. Yep.
Oh man,
I'm telling you.
All right, we'll see.
There's some untapped talent here. I'm gonna tell you the biggest fuck up with this organization that I believe, my opinion here, is Isaac Alacorn. I keep saying it.
Really?
I've been saying it. I think total fuck up. We didn't have to get the guy from Tulsa. Get his ass.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So you said we should use Isaac Alacorn as our starter at guard?
Yes, he's been.
Do you trust him though? Do you trust him? You trust him?
Yes. Come on. We're coming off of holding forever Connor Williams. This guy, everyone has seen. I always say, and what I tell everybody in business, it's not the success that you look at with people. It's the failures that you learn from. This guy watched Connor Williams, and I know for a fact this kid can play ball. We don't give these guys opportunities. We don't give these. We want to keep them on a practice squad. We don't want them to play. And then it goes into from the fans to the staff. It's like, okay, if you don't want him to play, why the fuck is he here in the first place? Give these guys opportunities.
I do think with Alarcón, it is a little bit different, and you are right about one thing. The Cowboys purposely do want to keep him, not on the practice squad or whatever, but he's on that international player exemption, and this is the last year on it. So, realistically speaking, unless Alarcón is beating someone like Terrence Steele, the Cowboys aren't going to put him in unless they absolutely have to.
And
that's the way I see it.
Now he's going to have to play behind Tyler Smith. So, that we'll see how that goes. Yeah. He's going to get lost in the mix. Yeah, he's gonna get lost in the mix.
So now again, we talked about the front office, we've talked about the receivers, and I knew we'd get to that, but there's one guy, right? The safety blanket of the Dallas Cowboys, the tight end position, and Dalton Schultz. Like, you kind of brought it up for a second there.
Yeah.
And
Cowboy.
again, I have to admit, I'm relatively neutral on the Dalton Schultz situation.
I mean,
as far as how the Cowboys handled it, again, more or less how I expected. Again, I actually think the Cowboys are making the right move, letting him play on the tag.
Now I agree, but in the if they had worked on his contract maybe first, they would have had him for $10 million for 3 years, and everyone would be like, all right, that's good.
I don't think the Cowboys are interested in having Dalton Schultz here longer than a year.
And that's the key. That's the Cowboys do what the Cowboys want to do. If they wanted to sign someone, they could sign someone. If they wanted to sign anybody on this team and extend it, they can do it. They don't want to do it.
But I feel like I'm the only one. I feel like so far that I've heard say this, though, I think that this is forcing the Cowboys to draft a tight end real early next year. Like, first, second round, we're going to go for that high-value type of guy.
No, I'm just saying.
I know, but I think that it basically puts us in that position, and that's something that I'm still kind of like, I don't like being forced into a box when it comes to drafting. That I don't like. So
from Michigan that we got. What's his name?
Who's that? Tight end?
He played. What's the other guy? Not
Hendershot.
Is that him?
That's the guy. Yeah, he's the guy. He got domestic violence in his background, I think, and that's why he dropped undrafted.
And they got
Sean McEwen. They got McEwen in there.
There it is.
84. Yeah.
I think that he has a chance, and I agree with you, fiance. They are, to quote NWA, he's getting game. Fucking the boy's getting game. I mean, seriously, they're gonna let you play on that damn deal. They're going to draft somebody, I believe in my heart, in the second round. Yeah. Or if there's a good one in the first, they're going to snatch him in the first. Damn. And you're going to be out the door. Yeah, you're getting gang. It's not even, the organization know what they're doing. It's a jack move. It's a gang move. That's what I kept calling it. When they didn't sign him, I was like, oh shit, he's getting gang. They're going to let him play out. He'll be disgruntled. It doesn't matter. They're going to get a guy. If there's a good one when they draft in the first, they'll grab him. Definitely in the second, he'll be out the door. They got the Sean McKeon kid. I believe he's got a world of potential. And they'll move on because, to be honest with you, I like Schultz. But it's like, bro, shut your ass. I don't look at that kind of like, man, Dalton Schultz is going to get what money? Like,
yeah, we're looking at over $14 million baseline right now because of Njoku's deal. David Njoku, you kidding me?
Right. It's like, no.
But that plays into why I have a problem with the front office, because they are the ones that let it get to this point. So they either fucked up or they wanted it this way.
Yeah. I mean, Mosh, DCU, do either of you guys have, thoughts on the Dalton Schultz deal, how the front office handled it, how you feel personally about the tight end situation?
Tight end position.
I'm kind of on the Simus thing. I think Sean McEwen got all the potential there. We're just going to ride it out and see. I like Dalton. They both need to. I wish they were both better blockers, but they can catch the fucking ball, and that's straight up. They look great receivers.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing, the blocking, the receiving, the combination, who slides where. How does Jake Ferguson do? These are things we got to see. But I wonder if the Cowboys going to go Amari Cooper, Dalton Schultz this year. Watch, they're going to start targeting Jake Ferguson and Sean McEwen. And we'll see how that works out. Because then they'll tell us, hey, okay, we know Dalton Schultz out the door. But I can't believe they would wreck their offense. Because he's a major. Him and Zeke are like the main two guys getting the ball. And we'll get into this on the offense, but I think we can get the ball in the playmakers' hands, like CeeDee Lamb and Tony Pollard. But that'll be later. We'll see how the Cowboys run that. What about you, DCU? Charlie, what do you think, man, about this tight end situation?
Oh, I like Schultz, but I'm not paying him $14 million or more. And I don't think the Cowboys have any intentions of doing that. I don't think they have any intentions of paying him anything, probably over $12 million. I think their whole plan was to tag him, hope he'd take $12 million or less, and if he didn't, they'll rot it out. They drafted Ferguson, and he won't be on the team next year. I don't think they'll tag him. I know a lot of people think they'll tag him again next year. I don't think they will. I think they'll let him walk.
That's the only thing I'll say is that I will say that I think the Cowboys might, if they delay 1 year on or want to get McEwen and Ferguson going, if they don't draft someone like the wife and Simus said. They tag him for $13 million. I mean, at that point, that's a good deal. I'm just saying, going by the tight end.
Especially if, like you said, they were willing to pay him $12 million a year for one extra. I'm just saying,
for a 3-year deal. So for 2 years,
and no long-term commitment.
Right. So I mean, $13 million a year, 13.1 is the tag for tight ends next year. if they feel uncertain about Ferguson and McEwen, they're gonna have to tag him one more year. In my opinion, you know.
Yeah, I don't think they'll tag him. I think they did exactly what they wanted to do.
Force
him
they
out. Kept around and hoping he would get, but I don't think they'll tag him again. And also, I think he'll be smart enough this time. He won't sign the tag, and that's going to be he'll hold out, and it'll be a big mess. I don't think they'll go through that.
No, new CBA is going to lose a lot of money.
But I like him. I mean, I'm not paying a tight end that kind of money. Yeah. I mean, unless his name is Kelsey. And I'm not paying him that kind. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Kittle too. But that's about the only two tight ends I'd pay that type of money to.
Well, I got you.
But I like him. I mean,
I think we're all fans of Schultz here. It's just a matter of we just can't pay him.
Yeah, just not for that price.
It has nothing to do with his play.
Yeah,
it has nothing to do with his play. He's tight end. It's not a premium position that I'm going to pay for.
But we use that as a premium position. And Kellen Moore seems to be. But
yeah, in our offense it is. But, and again, all of us, pretty much everyone commented in one way or the other on something offensive line related, which to me I think was like the first strike against us last year as far as like the beginning of the end of that great offensive kind of dominance that we were starting to have there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just saying, like we saw a big decrease there. Then Zeke got hurt and then pretty much didn't quite work after that. But now with the addition of Tyler Smith, right, the move there with Terrence Steele at right tackle, obviously I still think there's a few people who have questions around Biadish, but I'm still a firm believer in there is just no replacing Travis Frederick, and we as Cowboy fans just have to like accept it in our hearts and get over it. Yeah, just there is no way, shape, or form you're ever going to get that type of production. If you keep trying to look for it, you're going to be disappointed. Biadish is still progressing upwards. He's still looking like he's going to have another year where he continues to progress upwards. So, he's not going to be the greatest center in the world, but he is doing a solid job as of now. And to me, the bigger concern was the left guard position. We've done it there. Realistically speaking, I'm actually really happy with the starting offensive line.
Well,
it's when we go behind that I start having more questions. But our starters, as of now, I'm actually really excited. I think, again, Terrence Steele showed last year he can do the job. I don't see why he wouldn't be able to do the job. Tyron Smith is Tyron Smith, right? Outside of health,
3 or 6 games or more.
And again, Tyler Smith is just like I'm so excited about Tyler Smith. My only worry is that I'm going to call him Tyron.
You're gonna get mad with Tyler Smith when he's pass protecting, because that's where he has his biggest issues. But at least that guard, he's going to be not as much of a penalty machine. And I do believe that as a run blocker, he's a mauler. He's a killer out there. So he's a nasty player. I love that tough disposition, the glass-eating style of player. So Tyler Smith, I'm okay. I'm not head over heels about it. There's other moves we could have made, but we have him here now, so he's got to produce, at least in the run game for me. I'm glad the Cowboys are rolling Dak out more. I got to see it to believe it. But I think a lot of that has to do with Tyler Smith in a way, because he's going to be letting guys in a lot more than you think, and Dak's going to be running for his life a little more. So they're getting Dak a little practice with that.
And I have to be honest, I shit-talked Philbin to death. Like, I talked so much shit about Joe Philbin. He's going to show up at our house
the thing is that Philbin is keeping his job for 2 reasons. It was the COVID year, everyone was broken down. And then last year, Terrence Steele, I think that's the reason why he's got the job. But listen, Terrence Steele worries me a little bit, but I'm confident that we'll see something good for him this year. Zach Martin, Hall of Famer. Tyron Smith, Hall of Famer, but too goddamn old. So we're going to have to make a move there. My biggest issue on this offensive line, not Biadish. Biadish, one of the better run blockers as a rookie last year, improved on pass protection. So, and he's got the connection with Dak, offensive line, makes the calls, when he's there. That's an important thing. It's not that you just can't come in and just Alec Lindstrom is not going to come in and take over that spot. So the biggest issue I have, it's not with the starters. It's with the fucking left tackle backup. And I cannot understand how we can go with Matt Walesko, a rookie, no snaps in the NFL. Josh Ball, no snaps in the NFL. I'll throw in there Isaac Alarcon. He is also play tackle. No snaps in the NFL. And Tyler Smith, no snaps in the NFL. We just have 4 guys that are the backup to the left tackle spot, and there's no and it's Tyron Smith there, by the way. Remind everybody again, 3 to 6 games.
I'm also going to add this too, because the chat, you guys here in the chat reminded me.
Jalen Tolbert, no snaps in the NFL.
But
we're talking about backup. We're talking about protecting Dak Prescott.
30 seconds on Dalton Schultz.
People in the chat
getting his ass. Look at the stats Dalton Schultz put up last year with everybody who was around him. He's going to get the ball even more now. A motherfucker's going to be trying to double team fucking CeeDee Lamb. We're going to be going to Schultz a lot. Wait and see. Get him on fantasy.
Back to the
Fuck
tight
fantasy,
ends.
right? Simus just win a fucking game. Go ahead.
Back to the tight ends right quick. I'm already looking past Schultz. I'm not lying. I'm sorry. Darnell Washington out of University of Georgia, 6'7", 265 pounds. Can you please go look at him? Can we please go get Darnell Washington, University of Georgia, 6'7", 265, great hands, can block. I think that's what we need. Like, I'm sorry. I like Dalton Schultz a lot, but man, not worth top dollar.
We're on the same page on Dalton Schultz. All of us are like, we got to move on from him because of the money, not because of his play style. But offensive line-wise, I am nervous about the backup tackle. That's my big concern. And I don't know if there's an answer. Will we sign someone in the middle of camp or not? I mean, who's out there? Eric Flowers? I mean, might as well go with Walesko. Might as well go with Walesko at that point. So, listen, if when Tyron Smith goes down, I want to check back and see what everyone's thinking at that point.
A few people in the chat also reminded me real quick about the fact that, Josh Ball, I guess there's some rumors out there that basically he's not having the greatest work ethic possibly. Again, I'm not saying they're true or not. I'm just saying that that's kind of the word out there on the street, right? That Josh Ball is just not putting in the type of work.
Well, Lesko's over him, and he's a rookie.
Offensive line camp stuff that some of the other guys are doing. So again, I'm not saying it is or not, just saying that, is there even more reason to be worried about the backups? Because, we already have concerns about the backups.
Yeah, and by the way, Terrence Cartwright, much love, $2 holler, said, speaking of Tyler, I think the kid is ready. Mm-hmm. And I kind of half agree. I think the running game, yes. I think passing game is going to take more work, especially with the footwork side. His hand placement, he puts it on shoulder pads. That's going to be grabbing. That's going to be holding. But at guard, he's going to help out a little bit better with the hands on the inside of the chest and hopefully with help from left and right side instead of being split out and spread out. Has to roll out with the footwork. Poor footwork is going to cause penalties. Poor technique is going to cause penalties. Anyways, I've talked long enough. Who wants to take the next this offensive line question? Because I think that's a big issue. I still do. When one guy,
it's a huge issue.
Yeah. So Simon spoke first. Simon goes.
It's a huge issue. I had seen somebody said, "Oh, he brought up Alicorn. This guy's a joke." Have you ever seen Alicorn play on the starting line yet? No. Or so I guess it's okay to say, hey, start this guy that's been on the practice squad, but everyone is just busting a nut over a fucking guy from the University of Tulsa that had all the holding penalties. See, this is my issue with Cowboy fans. Stop it. Stop the insanity. Why you won't give this guy a chance, but you're going to give some green rookie a chance? We don't know. We don't know. Seriously. How we know we didn't get Connor Williams Jr.? Oh, I guess you think he's going to be like how Lyle was when he was over there. Is that what you think? That's not what I think. Personally, didn't even want him. I think that this draft class was the most unproven draft class that Will McClay has ever had. We're not going to know nothing about none of these guys. Look, I'm a John Ridgeway fan, but we're not going to know shit about Tolbert, Ridgeway, Smith, none of these guys until a preseason game is played. Like I told everybody, I didn't want Micah Parsons. I wanted Pat Surtain. I wanted my boy, was it Rashawn? Forgot his name. He was a lineman. I wanted him.
Oh, Rashawn Slater.
Yeah, did he go like 8 or something?
Yeah, he went right before.
Yeah, I wanted him.
No, 10.
Yeah.
And you can't tell me, as much as we love Parsons. Come on, man. We could use Slater right now because we don't know. And look, they ain't complaining now with the Chargers. They're not complaining now. Some people calling them Super Bowl contenders. Seriously.
I mean, I was surprised. He was on the top 5 list of offensive linemen, I think, on some lists out there, But I'm saying analytically, he's a top guy, yeah.
Exactly.
So is Micah, but yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Micah worked out. And I know a lot of people who didn't even know who the fuck Micah Parsons was. You didn't fall in love with Micah Parsons till you watched Hard Knocks. You didn't. You watched him play in that Pittsburgh game or whatever. When you heard him talk, and I know me, that's when I kind of changed on him. Like, this kid is hungry. He really want to play. Yeah, I knew all that. It's my destiny to be the Cowboys. I knew all that rah shit. Rah don't move me. I'm an old head. I seen Super Bowls. Some of you motherfuckers weren't even conceived in the back of your drive-in by your parents yet. And I done been to parades. So this is why I don't take a lot of fans serious, because a lot of y'all ain't never seen it. The closest you're going to get to see a Super Bowl right now is watching a YouTube highlight of America's game. So when I talk, I'm talking from what I want to see in tradition of the Dallas Cowboys. A lot of people talk about, oh, this is the Patriots way, or this is what if somebody tell me this is what the Rams did? You think I give a fuck what a one-time Super Bowl champion does? You think I give a fuck about some team in the AFC East? I'm a Dallas Cowboy, Dallas, Texas native. I want to keep it in the tradition of the team established 1960. Some of these guys don't live up to it. Some of these guys don't live up to the fucking numbers either. But that's another story in itself. You get these guys these legend numbers, I expect legendary.
I hear you.
Gives a fuck who it is.
I hear you. I agree.
I get tired of we fall in love with a player and you don't let him earn his stripes. One thing that I love is when you earn that star, you're supposed to get on that battlefield and you're supposed to execute. You're not supposed to be happy that you're here, or you're happy that you're with the Cowboys, or you're happy that your check says National Football League. I need you to get out there and get us the Lombardi. Listen, man, we done went through a lot of great players and we don't have nothing to show for it. Are you going to help us win a championship? That's why I'm like, give these other guys a chance. Hey, we couldn't do it with Coop. All right, time to move on. We couldn't do it with Lyle. All right, time to move on. We couldn't do it with Ware. Oh, and a lot of Cowboy fans, you took your ass to be a Denver Bronco fan because your boy DeMarcus Ware was over there. Not me, baby.
No way.
That's not how I roll.
I think everybody. I think everybody here, except for, of course, for you, baby, has seen the Cowboys win a Super Bowl. So we know the feeling of that.
I can't help it when I was born.
I know.
No, there's no, and you know, for people like you and for everyone that haven't seen it, and we've watched this team get close to where we were like, oh, I think we did it. I remember when we slaughtered the Redskins, the Captain Crunch. That's what I call the Commanders, Captain Crunch. When we slaughtered the Redskins that night, we put up over 50. I was like, we're on our way. God damn, we're finally on our way. Look at what happened at the end. You get tired of it. I watched that stat. They said CD had 1,000. Coop had 1,000. Zeke was over 1,000. Zach had this. Dak had this. This person had that. Defensive player, rookie of the year. Fucking Diggs. For all of it, did what? Dez, Romo, Whitten, Ware, Jay Ratliff. For
wasted.
What? Mm-hmm. We're still sitting here on the cross colors, Carl Kanai, Biggie, Tupac, Arsenio Hall, Martin, New York Undercover Super Bowls. I'm sick of that shit. I want guys that's going to get out there and bust their ass to bring us that 6th ring. Mm-hmm. Not a bunch of guys that's going to get on fucking Instagram trying to get a blue check. I don't give a damn who it is. That's why I say stats really don't matter to me. I want consistency and ball play from these guys. You down there in Oxnard. Your ass shouldn't be down there in Oxnard. You should be in fucking Wichita Falls, but that's just my opinion. Somewhere where it's hot as hell, somewhere where you can be a
work
man.
Them harder, yeah.
You want to think? Yeah. Being out here in the palm trees with Snoop Doggy Dogg and all these motherfuckers and Denzel.
Shaq was there, yeah.
I'm not buying that shit. I'm tired of
That's all Jerry Jones Hollywood, you know that.
Although I think we gotta hear from your counterpart though. I know you say you don't, stats are not, your thing, but I know DCU is all about the stats. So, as far as the O-line, offensive stats, things like that, especially, to me, the one stat that truly matters to me when it comes to O-line is the penalties, right? I think the moves that we have made are going to decrease the penalties, which automatically, even if everything else stays the same, automatically we're going to get better. So DCU, what are your thoughts as far as the O-line, the moves the Cowboys have made or haven't made, so to speak?
I'm with y'all, MCF, about the only really position I worry about is the swing tackle spot. I'm comfortable with Badass playing center. Plus, they got Fiok, whatever the fuck his name is. They have open competition with him this year. So obviously he's stepped up. So I'm not worried about that. Whoever wins, I think, will be better than last year. I think Badass will step up and play a little better. Badass improved from 2020 to 2021. And then from early 2021 to late 2021, he improved. So I have no reason to think he won't improve take another step this year. And if Fireark beats him out or anybody else beats him out, then that I think will be good at center. As far as the rookie, I think he'll be fine. I have no problems with him. I think he'll equal what Connor did last year at minimum. Swing tackle is the only really spot I worry about. That's because if Steele goes down or excuse me, or Smith goes down, I think we're in a little bit of trouble there. But that's the only spot I really worry about. Right guard, well, you know who plays there, so I don't worry about that. I think Steele step up. I think he'll do fine. I think Collins was probably slightly better than him last year, but not enough to make a significant difference to where the money and coming in out of shape and getting suspended is all worth it. Tyron is Tyron. He's one of the top 5 left tackles in the game, and he's on the field. It's just a matter of how many games he's going to miss. So you know, he's at some point you're going to have to bring in a swing tackle, and that's my only issue. But yeah, I'm confident in the rookie. I think he'll do fine. I think the mood guard will help him. I think some of his techniques, he's been working with Duke, so I think that will probably help a lot. And I think being inside instead of outside, I think that'll help. When you're playing left tackle, you're on the island by yourself, so you're going to have some issues sometimes. But if you're inside, you ain't on that island by yourself, and you're in between 2 vets. I'm not saying Badass is great, but you're in between him and Smith, so I think he'll be fine. I'm not really worried too much about the O-line except the swing tackle.
Yeah, same page there. I mean, backups, you can say Farniak, McGovern, Isaac Alarcon, but you know, I think we have enough there that we could still get through if one of those guys go down. You know, so.
As far as Alarcon goes, look, man, I'm not anti-Alarcon, but man, this dude hasn't played a lot of football.
Yeah,
so I mean, he's not ready. I mean, and have I seen him with the starters? No, but I've seen him against fucking backups in preseason games, and he's not ready. His technique's not ready. His strength's not ready. His hand placement, his footwork, nothing's ready. And that's not a knock on him. He's still learning. He's still learning the game of football.
Yeah,
you know.
agreed.
I mean, these guys coming in like the rookie, he played more football in PB than Alcorn has his whole fucking life. So he's developmental guy. He's not ready. He's not ready to start. I mean, there's no way. You know. Now maybe this year he might take another step. I'm talking from 2021. Right. From that point on, he might take another step, unbelievable step this year, and show everybody that he's ready. I don't know, but right now, as we speak, before we get to see him on the field this year, no, he's not ready. And there's nothing against him. I love him.
I think he's just learning.
You know?
I agree. I think next year he'll either make the team or won't. And then next year is his time.
It runs out, right?
Yeah, Well, he'll be on the team, but then he'll be a regular player like anybody else.
Regular player, right? Yes.
Yeah. So my guy Mosh. What's your thoughts on this O-line? I know you got you know about the Great Wall. We all know about the Great Walls of the past. But we're talking about now. So what's your thoughts about this wall?
I think everybody agrees. Our biggest concerns are the O-line, and the wide receivers. And I'm nervous I'm nervous. I'm biting nails. Again, we drafted who we drafted. Oh, shoulda, woulda, coulda picked somebody else. The guy, everything we hear about and we see, he sounds good. The coaching staff concerns me. We're in the fucking playoffs. We get 14 fucking penalties. We just drafted the guy. Simus will tell you, this guy is known for fucking penalties. So I love his athleticism. I love his fucking size. You said the fucking run blocking. I'm scared to fucking death. Can we coach him up? We'll see. But yeah, training camp, I'm looking at the wide receivers and the O-line. Everybody else is going to be everybody else. We know our depth overall on that. But yeah, go ahead, man. This O-line scares the fuck out of me.
Yeah. Again, I understand your concern with Tyler Smith. Pass blocking is my concern for him. And then, of course, any injury on the tackle spot, I'm going to be holding my breath all game, every game after that until we get Tyron Smith back or Terrence Steele. Yeah. I know we're done with the offense for the most part.
Although we are going to have to take a shot every time we say Tyron Smith instead of Tyler Smith and vice versa. So
it's going to happen a lot. But no, I know the one. I know the one thing I wanted to kind of touch on, which is my pet peeve about this offense. It's Kellen Moore.
Yeah, not to make this like your off-season cause, but you kind of have been the one screaming from the rooftops, Kellen Moore, can you just roll Dak out of the pocket, please? And thank you.
5 years, and that was with Linehan. I said that.
You know, with
They're finally doing it.
All the changes we talked about on offense, from the O-line to receivers and everything else. I'm going to ask you actually first, because what do you think about our soon-to-be offensive scheme? What kind of changes do you expect? What kind of changes are you hoping to see?
McCarthy, not Kellen Moore, said that we're going to be rolling Dak out more often. He's going to have more ability to break the pocket on his own. He's going to have to go. He doesn't have to sit in the pocket like a statue going through each progression. And then in a second and a half, he's got 4 guys on him. I mean, that's part of the problem of the offensive line. But then you got to adjust, and that's been the problem. That's been, I believe, the biggest problem on this offense. Yes, we have other issues, and yes, the players have to perform, but Kellen Moore, protected probably from the powers above there, and Steven Jerry Jones. But I just think that is my biggest fear. Even in the offensive line, the receivers, I think we get through all of that if we have a better coach, a better scheme, a better game plan. And when I hear McCarthy, not Kellen Moore, saying we're going to roll Dak out, it gives me some hope. I'm an old school fan as well. I'm not going to jump the gun and say, oh yeah, we're set then, we're good. No, we got to see it. We got to see it happening. But Dak, and I'll give it to Charlie from DCU here in a minute. I'm sure he can give you the numbers. But analytically, one of the best quarterbacks outside of the pocket is Dak Prescott. When he's rolling out, scrambling out, I don't want him running. I don't want him breaking it. I want him going for 4 yards out of bounds on first down if no one's open.
You just want the threat. I
want the threat going, and you drive up linebackers. And that is how the scheme would help, not just the egotistical mind of Kellen Moore and the owners above him, but also it would help, make plays, extend plays, make things the play a little longer, which will help Kellen Moore's scheme. And I think by rolling Dak out and you're bringing guys up, you're actually playing a Dak's skill set. And there's other skill sets for Dak to make him better, but why would you hold back some of your players' abilities because you want him in the pocket like a statue going through his progressions? If no one's coming in, then go through your progression. But if he's going to get pressure from Tyler Smith's spot or outside of their blitzing, then he's got to be allowed to move and get out of the pocket, create more than he again. And some of that could be on Dak, but Dak is a guy who listens to the coaches and he doesn't sway from them. He's, for better or for worse, that's one of my issues with Dak. I wish he'd kind of take over a little more, but that's the way he is. Right? That's his personality. That's his game character. The thing is, now that Kellen Moore / I'm going to say the quarterback whisperer, because that's what he was touted as, Mike McCarthy. McCarthy saying he's going to roll him out. Well, I want to see that come to fruition. And if it does, I think our offense can at least get past some of the quote unquote paper issues we have with like Amari and Lel Collins and whatever other issues people have out there. I think we'll be able to absorb all that if the play calling is more consistent, it's more creative, and Kellen Moore has to adjust. He after that Bronco game, he just didn't adjust until we were in the third quarter and down by 13 points against multiple teams, and then Dak, to his skill set, takes over. It's not because they're playing prevent. Dak takes over because Dak is now playing more to an up-tempo skill set that he has. And I just wish the Cowboys, as a game planning coaching situation from Kellen Moore, did more of that to Dak's help, not to his detriment. And again, that's where I think that's my biggest thing for this offseason. That's my big thing. I got to see them implement Dak rolling out more. Of course, another thing is more Tony Pollard. Got to get more Tony Pollard. Case closed. That's an obvious one. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying my big issue with Kellen Moore is the way he does not adjust and kind of plays to he rather play to his egotistical scheme, whoever's causing that, whatever, but rather than the player's strengths. And I see Dan Quinn playing to coaching for the player's strengths. We're missing guys. He coaches guys and puts them in the right spots to succeed, not to work in your scheme and then you just do your best. And you got to play by this rule. He's got to be able to morph these guys better. I know Kellen Moore's young. I know that he's still got a lot to learn. But the Joneses put him here. Yeah, I don't feel no sympathy. This is their fourth year already. Let's go.
The one thing that still really bothers me about the recent playoff loss, other than the fact that we fucking lost, we were scared. Like
before the game.
Yeah, McCarthy admitted that like Dak was nervous and other players were nervous and things like What the fuck could make Dak Prescott nervous to go out there on the field? What could make our team nervous to go out there and face another football? I'm just saying, they're just a football team.
Well, a team with a good defense and a better scheme.
But I think that one of the reasons Dak might have been scared is the fact that he knew he couldn't move the way that he wanted to. So now that we're at a point where Dak physically knock on wood, can move the way that we want him to, it is up to Kellen Moore to move him the way we need him to move.
And according to Mike McCarthy, that's what they're going to do.
That's what we're expecting. Yeah. So anyway, what do you guys think? As far
Who's
as
up? Someone take the mic.
Tony! I'm not talking over you, bro. I'll let you go, Simus. But yeah, we've all wanted to see Tony the past couple years. We need more of him. Here's the problem.
Pollard.
We got problems here. Fucking this better not be the CD Lamb offense until we get Gallup back. That's a whole different thing too, guys. We've seen the elite doctors, the mediocre doctors, the low doctors. They say the timestamp is the motherfucking timestamp. And if we fucking send Gallup out there too early, he's done. They say November, guys, November. So that's 8 fucking weeks. We can argue about this, debate about it. I'm just going by what the doctor said and what I've read. This particular injury, we'll see. This whole week 1, I'm hearing November, guys. So I hope we don't rush him out there, number 1. Don't do that, Jerry, because we're losing.
No, Mosh.
But use the double tight ends. Use the Zeke can catch. Tony can catch. We got other weapons. Use them. Don't expect fucking Mr. Pittsburgh Steeler that we're paying $1 million to be on a roster for him to become a star. And we all want to see more of Jalen Tolbert. But you guys get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
go ahead, Simus.
They might get a veteran. I could see them honestly getting a veteran. I really could. I could see them.
A receiver?
Yeah, a receiver. I could see them picking up. I could see them doing it. Like we know James Washington ain't shit. like seriously, and I'm not a fan of James Washington at all.
Right now, he's our number 2.
Yeah, and when it comes to Pollard, I don't think Kellen Moore knew how to use him. And what I would like to see when it comes to Tony Pollard. Calm down, Rolando. Sorry, Rolando McClain's acting the fool.
Yes.
Yeah,
oh shit.
His name's Rolando McClain.
Isn't that purple?
His tongue's purple. That's why we gave.
That makes all the sense in the world now. It all connects.
Yeah, because his tongue's real purple. But I could see us signing another veteran. I trust this wide receiving core. It's just real raw, and it wouldn't hurt. I would love to see us if we could get T.Y. Hilton. I'd absolutely love this shit. But with Tony Pollard, I kept saying I really hope they use him like they used Deebo Samuel with the 49ers last year. I really hope they do that. Keep that man on the field. Like, do something. Line him up just line him up. He's a threat. And a lot of teams are going to be gunning for him. I think they're going to be gunning for him more than Ezekiel Elliott. The dude is a threat. And I mean, we see how great he is. And I want to see him on the field damn near. When the offense is on the field, you better line Pollard up.
That's the thing, though, Simus. They said this 3 years in a row, and they still haven't done it. Kellen Moore hasn't done it. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, do you like the way Kellen Moore, coaches or how he game plans? I'm curious.
Yes and no. And he's a young guy, and I loved him at Boise State. And like I tell everybody, I remember when they did. I'm out here in Fresno. Fresno played Boise a lot. They did a player profile on him, and he was like, "My dream is to be a head coach." And his dad is a pretty good coach. He's a pretty good coach, and I just think that he's raw. Like you can see the way he coaches, and I'm like, you just gotta know your team. Don't just know your quarterback. Know your team. Last year, I see why they kind of handicapped Dak, especially with him being hurt. But even with Prescott, people forget this shit about Dak Prescott. And I heard you say it, and I'll say this: when Dak was drafted out of Mississippi State, he was drafted as a dual threat quarterback. He needs to use his legs. We cannot turn this guy into he's not Tony Romo. So we can't do him like that. Let him use he's a big body guy. I know it sucked. We all go back to that gruesome injury against the Giants. I do too. But these are the chances you take with a dual threat quarterback. You have you have a razor sharp Swiss Army knife, a dual threat quarterback, CD Lamb, Tolbert who could do something, and a bunch of co-stars as wide receiver, and you got Dalton Schultz. You got something. Utilize all the weapons you got. Rolling him out, that's nice, but what are you gonna do? I've seen Dak just stand there because you wanted him to stand there, and if you look downfield, it's like, Jesus Christ, kid, why didn't you just take off? Like, I got so frustrated, even before the so-called quote-unquote injury against the New England Patriots. I'm like, he was just like standing there. He'd scramble a little bit. You're not a pocket quarterback. You're a dual-threat quarterback. When the shit collapsed, take the fuck off.
You put that on Dak? You put that on Dak, or because I put that more on Kellen Moore, even though Dak's got of course he's in control.
I put it on them both. Honestly, to tell you the truth, you got to sit down with your coordinator and your fucking head coach. Like, you can't just. I would say something, but we want you to be more of a pocket quarterback. That's not my style. That's what you should say. Don't just yes, okay. No, that's not your game. If you hurt, you're hurt. Now, real quick, let me rewind right quick. I'm mad as hell for Mike McCarthy standing up there calling our team scared. I'm pissed about that. I got so mad when I heard that. What fucking head coach would do some shit like that? Like, that's something, even if they were scared, you fucking keep that to yourself. You talk about that amongst the team. Don't walk in front of the press and say some shit like that. Because you know that's what everyone's gonna talk about it. I still think about it. And then when you go back and watch the game, that's all you'll think. Damn, they were scared. Look at how they played. They were scared. Then they started loosening up, and we lost the game. That frustrated me, but I think we're going to be fine at wide receiver. I do see a veteran wide receiver coming. It might not even be the veteran wide receiver that we all want. We haven't talked about.
Yeah, it's going to be Cole Beasley.
Cole Beasley, you know.
I hope not.
Bryce Butler. No.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, will Cole Beasley and Parsons get in a rap battle for the number 11 jersey?
Cole Beasley and lose every rap battle.
Have a real one.
And we got to hear from Charlie here. I mean, again, you guys are bringing some great points here to the table about Kellen Moore, and even you make me think about the Dak balance in this with Kellen Moore. He should be more outspoken, but that's not his personality, unfortunately.
Well, one thing Simus said real quick at one point, Dak, like you said, if he sees it, he just has to go for it. Like, it doesn't matter what the coach said. It doesn't matter
I agree.
the 17 plays you're running through in your head. Like, sometimes you just kind of have to see what you see and go for it.
Listen, Amari did, we could have issues with Amari, whatever, but he's the guy that told Dak, hey, against Philly, when he in his fifth game with us, said, change the goddamn play already so we can get a touchdown. They got a touchdown. So I'm just saying, that's where Dak has his issue. So Charlie, DCU representing it. Let us know your thoughts on this. We're going to flip over to defense now in our final segments here, but let's finish up offense and hear from you, DCU, about what you think about Kellen Moore and the coaching, game plan, scheme, etc.
He's not perfect, but he's probably not as bad as some people make him out to be. He needs to learn that there's more route concepts that can beat a cover 2 high shell than a bunch of fucking curl routes and wide receiver screens and a bunch of out routes.
Facts.
He's a young OC, so I mean, I think he'll learn. I think he'll get better. As far as Pollard goes, I'm trying to remember everything y'all talked about. Pollard's getting more playing time or more snaps. Look, you could put that on Kellen, but anybody who doesn't think the front office doesn't control that shit and doesn't have anything saying in that, y'all haven't been watching the fucking Cowboys for 20 plus years. All right. I mean, Kellen can't just fucking go out there and say, hey, I'm going to give Pollard the brunt of the carries this game. That Jerry Jones ain't going to let that happen. So, I mean, yes, he needs to use them more. He needs to get more snaps and use them different more than anything. But I don't put all of that on Kellen. I put a lot of that on Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones.
I agree. Actually, that is, in the end, that is the foundational issue. I do agree they're too involved in that. They got those Monday morning meetings, and he says, did you spread the ball out to everybody? Did you make sure you give Zeke 85% of the carries? So I hear you on that. I just wish, Dak could take over more often. I wish Kellen Moore could take over more often, too.
That's another thing. As far as Dak running the ball, I have no problem with him running the ball more. I think you saw it last year. I think in his head, he purposely didn't run as much. There was way too many times last year he got out of the pocket And in years past, he would have took off running, and he decided not to. I think his ankle was on his mind. I think he was trying to, play it safe. And I think once he hurt his calf, I think that even made it even worse. So I think there'll be more. I think there'll be more design runs for Dak this year. I think he'll take off running more when he gets out of that pocket like he has in years past. But I do think the ankle and the calf injury had a lot to do with how he played. Yeah. How he played as far as the run goes.
Yeah, definitely slowed down.
Somebody in the chat said something about he needs to be more accurate. I'm about fucking tired of this fucking accuracy bullshit, dude.
You can have it.
He finishes in the top fucking, a lot of times, top 5 or top 7 in every fucking accuracy stat there is. Advanced metrics, fucking analytics. You don't like it, I don't really give a shit. He finishes in the top fucking 5, top 10 every fucking year in accuracy. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about when you're talking about Dak needs to be more fucking accurate. Just right off the fucking hand. His bad percentage throws last year, he was 7th best in the NFL at not throwing bad percentage throws. He was number 7 on target fucking throws. He was number 9 in CPOE. Anybody don't know what that is? That's completion percentage above expectation. That means he was supposed to complete so many passes, and he actually played it more than he was supposed to. He was top fucking 9 in that. So get the fuck off the accuracy bullshit. It's fucking old and it's tiring. We can talk about something else, but I'm tired of the fucking accuracy bullshit.
I agree with you. And
I agree.
I'll say it in a very rated R sense. Those motherfuckers were out there dropping some fucking passes. They were making our quarterback look bad, and I hated it. Like there was just some passes that all of them. You can't. I'm not gonna just put this on this person. I watched some of our wide receivers drop some passes that were mind-boggling. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
And cost us interceptions off those like CeeDee Lamb cost us a couple.
Dak was I think one of the quarterbacks that had the most interceptions that were off of receivers' hands. Like,
he was number
not
one
even just him, like off receivers' hands.
Not his fault interceptions.
And them goddamn third downs, I was like, man, come on, man, y'all dropping passes, and CeeDee Lamb, you dropped some key third down passes, but it's like, it was just like, I wish people just like he was saying, man, stop fucking slandering our quarterback. Stop that shit. Dak is great. Dak is elite. I'm tired of this fucking slander, like this Colin Coward kind of shit. That's what I call his ass. Everybody got something to say about Prescott. Prescott is a great quarterback. Man, come on. Look at what this man has done in the NFC East. Look what he do.
Do you know how many? I've asked other teams. Like I think there's like maybe 5 or 6 teams that maybe would say no, we don't want Dak. Every other team would die for Dak. They're like, how come you guys don't like Dak? Every fan base out there, about 90% of them say, how come your fan base hates Dak? I'm like, I don't understand it either.
Yeah, there's 2 more things I had. I got a fucking new neighbor. He's from Minnesota. He has that accent. Everything's pretty funny. Anyways, he's a Minnesota Viking fan. And we was talking about Kirk Cousins, and he said how he hated Kirk Cousins. And I'm not a fan of Kirk Cousins, don't get me wrong. But I don't think he's bad as a lot of people make him out to be. And he said, oh, you don't think so? He goes, all the Minnesota Vikings fans do. I said, well, what about – I brought up Dak. He goes, yeah, Dak's great. I'd love to have Dak. I said, yes. And in the Cowboy Nation, we have people who hate fucking Dak, just like y'all have people who hate fucking Kirk Cousins. Dak is the top 5 or 7 quarterback. I can debate that. That's debatable. We can get into that. But if you tell me he's not top 10, I'm not even going to have a fucking conversation with you.
At the very least, he's top 10.
Yeah, I'm not even going to even lower my fucking football IQ to even try to tell you.
People forget
he's top 10.
Last year in the first half of the season, he was MVP candidate. So
yeah, I mean,
people forget that.
No, I mean, yeah, he's not the best quarterback in the NFL, but he's top 5 or 7. And if you want to argue that, give me top 10 and then shut the fuck up.
I mean, if you aren't Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, or Aaron Rodgers.
What are you
doing?
After them guys, you're splitting hairs on who's better.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I said top 5 or 7. We can debate that because you not put somebody above them, and I get that. That's fine. But once we get to 10th quarterback, if you have not named Dak Prescott, I'm not talking to you. Yeah. I don't even want to have a discussion with you.
I agree. Yeah.
Yep. Mosh, I see.
And to all those assholes, to all those Dak haters, I don't see a young Roger Staubach out there that we can get. I don't see a young Torrey Aikman. So who are these quarterbacks that we're supposed to go sign because Dak sucks? I'm waiting. We'd all love to hear who's that superstar.
Thank you. I did this thing last year on our show, or 2 years ago. I went through every single quarterback pick since like 2010. And Dak was like third best out of everybody. You know how hard it is to get a fucking top 10 quarterback? People think they just grow on trees. And people just they just want to bitch because they.
And we still somehow stumbled ass backwards into Dak because Dak was never supposed to be anything more than Kellen Moore's replacement as the backup.
Kellen Moore's replacement. Remember that, Kellen Moore, not Romo's. It was Kellen Moore's replacement. So again, I think
I was gonna say that's pretty much it as far as the offense, right? Let's talk about happier things. Let's talk about the defense, right? and there's no way to start talking about the defense without talking about Micah Parsons, the guy who is basically making every single other NFL team desperately search for their own Micah Parsons, and now everyone and their mom is basically talking about how they drafted, the next Micah Parsons.
The Kobe Dean, next Micah Parsons.
But, besides Micah Parsons, he does technically play the linebacker position, and there's other guys on that position, if you can believe it or not, which I know I kind of forget too. But the point is, outside of Micah Parsons, how do you guys feel about the just general linebacker spot or whatever? And feel free to praise Heaps, or praise Micah Parsons, the way that he fucking deserves. Because I'm just so excited about him. And, you kind of, a few of you guys pointed out earlier too that, there's a few guys we could have drafted as well. And they wouldn't have been mistakes. They would have been great additions to the team. We could have used them at that position. And we're really glad we have Micah Parsons. And I had said it in the chat too. You have to remember the discussions around Micah before he started playing were, hey, how is this dude going to work out? He hasn't even played in the last year. He's only been playing linebacker for a short amount of time.
So off the field issues.
So we had, there was a lot more speculation about what Micah was actually going to do. And now here we are a year later. And real fucking happy.
And even though when he drafted them, I'm like, what the fuck, damn it. I mean, we were kind of forced into the pick, but my thing was like, really, why are we getting this guy? When I did a little more that night, when I kind of did some research at that moment, and I realized that he's the kind of player you got to use him right to be successful. And Dan Quinn's using him perfectly right. And that's what I said. If they use him going forward like a missile, Micah the Missile, I said that the night we drafted him. I said, if they can use him like that, if he can use him like LVE and just, or like a off like a Sean Lee, he's not going to be as impactful. And it ended up being, blew my mind how unbelievable he was. I mean, we're talking about like, can he one day be like, change the game or generational, LT-ish? I don't know. But Micah, unbelievable. I think Dan Quinn's going to use him all over the field this year, and it's going to make it harder, even though offense has got more film, it's going to make it harder to stop him because now he's going to be on the left side, the right side, over center, and not pass rushing every time, dropping back in coverage, hitting the screens, the safety valve. Micah blows up everything. Run plays, whatever it may be. So Micah's going to be fine. It's just when you look behind him, you got LVE, neck. You got Jabril Cox coming off the injury. You got, and again, no real snaps. 7 tackles I think he had. And then, you have, I'm trying to think who else we got after that. Luke Gifford, and then a bunch of Devin Harper and a bunch of undrafted guys. I know we got Devontae Clark, but he's not going to play this year. Let's not fool ourselves. Damone Clark, yeah, it's Damone Clark. So my thing is linebacker after Luke Gifford, that's our fourth guy. It's kind of chancy. Now, I do know we use, big nickel, and we bring 3 safeties in. So J-Ron Kearse floats through the box, and he plays a little linebacker sometimes. Donovan Wilson and Malik Hooker, they actually sometimes do play in the box as well. So that's the great thing about Quinn's defense. He can use all these different versatile pieces, but Micah Parsons' usage is going to be all over the place. I like him at linebacker, but I want him, playing like a third of the snaps on edge. And I want them all over the field, used all over the place. So offenses have to retarget and re-scheme almost. Like everyone's got to watch where he's at. I watched him in the Saints game. Where they knew him already. They already had it. Everyone's watching for Micah at this point of the season. And the center and the guard both went to block Micah, which they had a tough time doing. But the safety made the tackle because he was unblocked. That's the Micah Parsons difference. And Micah Parsons, he changes the game for everybody on the defense. So if Quinn uses him right, and I do trust in Quinn on this, and we get Jabril Cox in the coverage stuff, we get LVE on some snaps on the run stopping kind of side of things, then I think we're going to be okay. Just an injury scares me, and then of course we bring our safeties down, but who's the guy behind those 3 guys starting, and even LVE? Am I happy about him? Not really. I mean, I don't know how much I can count on him. Availability.
I mean, I'm happy with him. We're paying him like $5. Okay,
I guess.
you can stay.
I guess we can't count on him as a starter full time the whole year. That's my issue. So
He's not there to be
He
a starter.
played last year. Put some respect on that man.
he did play the whole year, but he played 20% of the snaps. He played 20.
Let's stop that. He's still here.
He is here. He is here. But Simus.
He's still here, and he was a strong. People overlooked him, and I know everybody is on the Micah Parsons train. I could really ruin a lot of love right now with this shit. Cause I'm telling you now, I could hear. Hold up, I'm gonna make it better. I like messing with people.
Put it on.
Slow down, everybody. Slow the fuck down. Sometimes the sun shines on the dog's ass. I got nothing against the dude, but can we wait to see what this kid does like week 7, week 8? No, I'm sorry. Like, it's just like, to me, I like what I've seen. But let's slow down with this. People already got him in the fucking Ring of Honor. Like, I'm not impressed.
You're right.
There, I said it, and don't give a fuck who don't like it.
Hey.
I'm not impressed. Y'all know how many rookies I done seen come through this goddamn team that look good? Come on, man. Like I said, we're all older here. We've seen some guys that look great. Hey, remember a guy named Ronnie Williams that was on our defense? Motherfucker was great. Didn't he fizzle out?
Yep.
No.
Yep.
I've seen this too many times.
I hear you. And Simus, I do agree with you on that side. On the future, crowning, I agree. We got to see it as a rookie. As a rookie, he's matched with LT. I'm just saying, as a rookie in rookie years, in rookie year versus rookie year, actually Micah's better statistically. But I
think one of the most insulting things I heard last year, and I'm an NFL fan. I love great players. When people started kind of comparing this boy to Lawrence Taylor, I was like, don't do no shit like that. Don't do that. Don't start calling people. Don't put a rookie in a GOAT category. He's a rookie. This is his second year. Sophomore slumps mean anything to anybody? We don't know. The whole linebacking core is a question to me.
I hear you.
It's a question.
I mean,
that's my opinion.
Do you trust in Quinn the way he uses them? Because I believe that.
I love the way he uses them, but it's like, I'm okay. Let's see if this is consistent. Okay,
I agree.
If he's
consistent, we're going to talk about consistent. Are you seriously going to bring up consistency? Go ahead. I'll finish after you talk.
No, go ahead. I want to hear it.
The guy that's bringing that consistency is the same guy that wants Alcorn to start, the same guy that thinks Simi's going to be the guy this year, and calling out Micah Parsons, say he's need to prove it to you. What the fuck has Alcorn done to prove it to you? What the fuck has Simi done to prove it to you?
Not a goddamn thing.
How can you be consistent when you fucking calling out
You
Alcorn?
are dick riding now. I mean, that's sorry, bro. You dick riding a rookie?
At least I ride a dick of a starter, not some fucking goddamn scrub on the fucking sidelines, dude.
Man,
What the fuck are you doing?
Man. You done seen this shit too many times, and you're one of those championship dehydrated people that are just thirsty for love and Super Bowl glory from a guy that is unproven in one fucking year. But I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna let you have it. Yes, I want Isaac Alcorn to get some PT. Fuck yeah. Come on, man. You're dick riding a rookie. A rookie, dude. Okay.
You're not dick riding a rookie. All I'm asking you is how the fuck do you call Alcorn to start last year that he should have started and fucking when fucking went in place of fucking Carter Williams. In place of fucking Carter Williams, he should have fucking started. And then you tell me how he's going to be the guy. And now you want to fucking tell me I'm dick riding cars to fucking Parsons? No, I'm just asking for consistency from you. If you're going to ask for consistency, then give me some fucking consistency.
If you're going to praise the guy, listen to what I'm saying.
When the fuck did I praise him, dude? I didn't fucking praise him. You're fucking dogging him out and praising fucking Alcorn.
Get out of your feelings about it, man.
It makes no goddamn sense.
But okay, I'm going to make it make sense to you. Maybe you're older and you
fucking actually want.
Listen up. I'm going to make it make sense to you. Everyone is praising this dude off of one fucking year. I'm not going to do that. And because I want to see a guy that's been on the practice squad get a little bit of PT, you're going to use that as your go-to. Real 80% logic on your end, but go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah,
all I want to do is to see if this guy can carry on what he did. All I want to see if this guy can carry on what he did in his rookie year into this sophomore year. That's it. That's it. And I got the goddamn right to say that shit. I'm not going to dick ride.
Yeah, man, everybody got the right to say shit. It doesn't make it right or smart, but hey, yeah, you got the right. Say it again. And you should know better. You should fucking know better, because I'm going to say this one more time. It's not about the motherfucking name on the back of the jersey. It's about that shit that you got on your head. I want more. You want a player. I want titles. Big fucking difference. If this dude can't get us no ring and he's sitting over here like DeMarcus Ware or some shit, what good is that? If he's like Jay Ratliff or some shit, what good is that? What good is it? Come on, man.
No, we got to see it. We got to see it. That's right. The whole team is a team. It's not Micah Parsons.
Let's slow down with the shit. I want to see consistency. It's his sophomore year. Don't get on Twitter talking about Lion will roar year 2. I don't want to hear that shit. I want to see what you do, Lion, or whatever you motherfuckers call
Simus, what do you think? What do you think he's gonna do this year? What's your opinion?
I think he'll have a pretty good year, but is he gonna be over the top? No.
No, I hear you.
No.
They're gonna key on him and they're gonna double him. But you know what's gonna happen? DeMarcus Lawrence gonna get some sacks on some one-on-ones. He's gonna help other guys out even when he's being blocked or schemed against more often. You don't think so?
Oh, fuck all of you guys! Y'all are calling out the wrong person. Parsons is most likely gonna repeat, but Ken Diggs. Ooh. That's the guy I want. I totally believe that Parsons is gonna kick ass a fucking again, but Ken Diggs get all those numbers. Hey, again, if you don't get the numbers, Sanders, his numbers went way down. He didn't get a lot of interceptions because no one passed his way. So that's a big thing. That's my 2 cents. I'm more if Diggs can bring it than Parsons. Go ahead, Simon.
But I got called out because I want to see a guy on the PT. I want to see a guy that's on the practice squad get a little PT. But did you just compare Diggs to Deion Sanders? Did you?
Damn.
The INT shit because
hold on.
People,
did you just see, here we go again with the bullshit.
The numbers.
I don't give a fuck about a number. Did you just put Diggs' name right next to one of the greatest corners ever? Right now, this is the same shit that I was doing last year with Parsons, trying to put him next to fucking.
Hell the fuck no! He ain't even a T new. He's not even a T new. You ain't gonna put me in that corner. He's not a T new.
You can't do that.
He ain't even a T new yet.
Stop. You could.
No, I'm not.
You could have said he might be the next Everson Walls. Okay, he's definitely.
Renfro.
Okay, cool. I can see that, but you cannot sit here and talk about. You can't. I mean, like you can do what you want, but it's like, come on.
I use the numbers. I used his name for numbers.
Let's stop putting our goats. Stop putting our rookies with the goats, man. That's some bullshit. That's just my opinion. But that's
you took my point wrong, but I got you. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Honestly, I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. I told you, stacks, rack, yaks, and that bullshit. It doesn't matter. Romo had all that shit.
Come up to Simus. His link is pinned.
That shit don't matter to me. A number don't matter to me. What is them numbers gonna do when you ain't got shit? You ain't got no hardware.
I just think it's a good start with Micah Parsons. I think Micah Parsons has got an unbelievable start, and I'm looking. And I think you talk about consistency in his career, because last year he was pretty consistent in his domination.
Listen, all that generational talent shit. I'm like, come on, let's slow down. Let's see what he got in year 2. Let's see year 2.
I'm ready for it.
Slow down.
I'm excited.
Was great. Like it was a hell of a run.
Now, Simus, let me ask you a question. Since you're old head like I am, let me ask you a question. How many times have you seen a defensive player? Do you think you compare Roy Williams to Micah's impact in year 1? Because
I think he's one of the in my lifetime. He's one of the best rookies I've seen on this team.
Yeah. And that's I'm in the same boat, and that's why when I see that, I'm like, that's something special.
I mean, and that's why, like, I'm kind of in between both of you guys in a way. Although, you know, to be honest, I agree a little bit more with DCU, just because again, Micah can't help it. He's only been in the league a year. The only way for him to show that consistency is to go out there and do it.
And that's what.
I agree. And the problem is the Cowboys just suffer too much from the man-itis. Okay, like everything that Micah says. I feel like gives us like, DeMarcus Lawrence PTSD to some of the kind of hype motivational messages that he would say. The thing is, though, that Micah so far in the short time he's been here has backed it up. And when a guy puts up stats the way Micah does, I mean, when you look at those stats, how else, and you try to figure out how he fits within the NFL, I mean, the NFL is all about comparisons, whether we like it or not. We're going to hear until the end of our fucking days how Dak Prescott can never hold a candle to Tony Romo's farts and, all that shit. So I'm just saying that when you look at Micah Parsons' stats and you compare them to other guys around the league, I mean, he compares to LT, and no one's saying that he's going to be the next LT or his LT.
No, in his rookie year.
But in his rookie year, he's putting up those types of numbers. And I'm not saying, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not comparing him to that guy.
Right. I understand that, and I understand your point. I understand what even the media said, but to me, it's like, can we just slow down for a minute? And let's just see what this kid does year two. Let's just see.
And again, that's the thing. I agree.
I'm for it, but it's like,
no, I agree.
Can we carry it over, and then at the end of the year go, okay, there's something generational. Then we can start this. See, these are possible generational.
And all I'm going to say is this, is that do you think that's the thing, is that for me, Micah Parsons, when he's on the field, even as a rookie, and that's the thing I haven't seen from rookies like him before, is he literally changed the entire offensive game plan and scheme. That's something that's extremely rare. And he did it consistently last year.
Let me back Simus on his fucking points. Remember Leighton Vander Esch? Big years, and then boom. How about DeMarco fucking Murray? Big years, and then boom. So he's got a fucking point, guys.
Oh, yeah, I agree, 100%. And you got to see more consistency from the team.
Even Simon said it, though. There has not been in recent times a rookie that has had an impact the way Micah has, which leads in his favor as far as keeping up that consistency and putting up the type of numbers that we're all hoping and expecting. And again, if he continues to do that for the next few years, then I'm sure we can start having those types of discussions about, if he, where, how, and how great he is. I hope we fucking better.
I had a discussion 4th of July weekend with a friend. We were talking. He thought I was dissing Micah, and like I told him, I'm not dissing him. I just everyone is different about this shit. Me, okay, you're a rookie. No one knows you, like you were saying. I want now that they're going to game plan when when an offensive coordinator sit down. All right, we're going to work on Micah. When they're keying on you, I want to see how you played in. That's what I want to see. When them NFC East boys are keying on you, when them other teams are keying on you, when them Bucks that we played week 1 are keying on you, we play both teams that played in the Super Bowl. You think YL ain't finna give him some kind of fucking T on this dude? Come on, man.
Hey, and I'm looking forward to what Micah's going to do.
Come back here. Do you know what's going to happen? I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. Then you go through this thing that I like to call the flip-flopping of Cowboy Nation. Because if he does come out and they start keying on him, or he gets hurt, it's, here we go again. Here we go. It could be, 1 minute he's LT, and the next minute, this might be Jalen Smith all over again. That's what I'm saying. Give the man a chance. Give the man a chance to see what
I get your point. I get your point. I do get your point, and I agree with you. Just when I see him changing the game already, when he's keyed on, he did that in his rookie year towards the end of the year. He was keyed on. We got to see that now, him continuing that throughout his career. But I've seen some of that flashing already. Not flashing, consistently. They're keying on him, and you know what that does? He might not get the numbers. He's not going to get the sacks maybe or the tackles and all that, but he's going to get other guys the numbers. And he needs to then also get to that somewhat 8, 9, 10 sacks and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But watch him help out everybody else.
I never knew his numbers. Like I said, I'm still mad about the 49er game.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know the exact stat. I don't know the final stat for Parsons, but looking at it from where I was at AT&T Stadium, he looked like a rookie.
Yeah, he didn't do much that game. I would say one of his worst games.
When we needed him the most.
DeMarcus Lawrence had a horrible game.
We needed him the most. Yeah.
They all disappeared.
If that boy if he would have kept that heat going.
You know why? You know why that happened? Because they had a better offensive coordinator. They used their guys properly. They used a team that can't throw a goddamn ball down the field, Jimmy G, and they just ran all over our ass. I'm not saying that's an excuse. I'm saying DeMarcus Lawrence couldn't even set the edge that game. And that is on the coaching, that's on the players' abilities, and that's just, again, and Dan Quinn did help in the second half. They got 3 points, I think, in the second half. They still were balling us though, and so
Right.
I think there's an improvement, there's an adjustment, and I think our team has to be expanding from what we did last year as a whole defense.
Yeah.
But Micah is the leader of that. Yeah.
So now we have technically 2 things to touch on the defense, and then
We touched on
like
a lot of
the final
defense,
thoughts. But the good we actually technically touched on like half of this next thing. But I'm just gonna lump both these things together real quick
do
because
it.
I do have one final like wrap up training camp question for you guys real quick. So we already kind of discussed Randy Gregory, but I think the bigger way that the Randy Gregory discussion plays into the defense is run stopping, which is probably the one thing, defensively that I think that pretty much every single person here can agree
replacing
we need to
Randy
see
Gregory too
improvements.
in the pass rush. I mean, that has to
We
be.
discussed replacing Randy Gregory. I'm not.
All right, I got it.
My point is, we're here to talk about the run stop, okay?
I hear you. I got you. Run
That's
stop.
it.
That's a problem.
Honestly, I'm not even going to talk about
That's a problem.
because I'm going to keep it short, sweet, and simple. I just need to see it get better. I'm not even looking for a lot better. Like my expectations are so low, it's embarrassing. I'm not going to lie. I just need them to make like 10 more run stops throughout the season. Give me 10 more, because out of those 10, 2 of them will have been on like critical third downs and saving a touchdown or doing some shit, okay? I'm just trying to say that I am not asking for much here. I don't think.
Just somewhat of a little bit of a bump. Without Brett Urban there, when we did our best run stopping was when he was there. That was the first third of the season. Well, once he was gone, we didn't really have a guy who was taking on double teams and helping the linebackers stay clean. That's the thing I think is the biggest thing to keep Micah with the stats. You got to be able to do that. So
Doris Armstrong is, again, not as big of a downgrade from the Randy Gregory side of things, at least,
But I think
We got a celebrity in the chat. The Great Duke Bothers. Make sure to subscribe to the Great Duke Bothers. And the Great Duke Bothers just typed Neville motherfucking Gallimore.
He has to step up. He has to step up this year. This is his third fucking year. Osa got to step up in his second year. Those are the guys I'm looking at. Tristan Hill is off the fucking team. He ain't going to make the team. But or gone next year, whatever the Dan Quinn wants on that. But then, to me, it's you talk about Golston. Chauncey Golston, he could play inside or outside. I got to see that. He supposedly put on some weight and is looking good. Doris Armstrong, I never got to talk about him earlier, but in the run stop, I think he's actually going to be more solid than any of the options we have. Dante Fowler Jr., he's a Dan Quinn guy. He's a Dan Quinn guy, so I hope he knows how to use him. That's what I'm banking on, I hope. But I think Sam Williams on those 2nd and 12s, on those 3rd and 7s and longer, you're going to see some Sam Williams flash. You're going to see that. You remember Robert Quinn? He couldn't stop a goddamn run to save his ass. But you remember what he did in the pass rush with the bend and explosiveness? That's what I kind of see in the beginnings of a Sam Williams in this defense. So I'm hoping on those pass rush downs, you're going to see him get some close numbers to what you might have seen from Randy Gregory. Now, I got to say, Randy Gregory, he caused about 3 or 4 interceptions with his pressures. It wasn't just the sacks. It was the pressures. It was the hits on the quarterback. He wrecked offensive lines and quarterback and schemes. So he helped with Micah, and then later on with DeMarcus Lawrence. So I believe now we got a couple options there. Dan, I got to say this. I trust in Dan Quinn. That's a big part of this. He's got to show me he can do it. With the run stopping.
Go Dan.
He let Urban go. He knows he must have a reason for that because he's cheap. So let's see who's going to do it at the run stop. Is Bohanna the guy? Because I don't believe he is. He gets pushed around like Dontari Pola when he was with us for half a year. And so I'm looking at Ridgeway. He's a rookie, though. So Ridgeway is my favorite. But I want to see it. I got to see it happen, and I got to see this defense help out our linebackers. We just talked about the linebackers. Jabril Cox is going to push 40 yards down the field if no one's going to be able to hold a double team. Keep a double team in the defensive line. So, and they're going to be running, and the running back will be running behind that guy, behind Jabril Cox. He's going to, he's going to push down the field. Coverage-wise, fantastic, but come on, we got to be able to hold that line, and that's my fear in the run game. Gallimore, Osa, the big man, John Ridgeway, to just do his nose tackle job. That's the way it's got to be, in my opinion. Set the edges with Dorrance Armstrong, and then Sam Williams in the future. I think he's going to be the guy out there, to maybe a more complete guy all around.
Personally, my money's on Gallimore to end up being like the cream of the crop from that crew that we just mentioned. Just like my 2 cents.
Remember, he got hurt last year. He missed most of the year, so we got to see more from him.
That's what I'm saying. He's hungry. And I appreciate that in a player.
Yeah. So someone take the mic here on this whole defensive front, stopping the run.
I'm a huge Ridgeway fan.
But years and years and years, we actually may have some safety help to help that defensive front. There you go. Go ahead, Simon.
Well, I just want to say I'm glad somebody brought up Ridgeway. I'm not saying he's going to be all world or this, that, and the other. I just think that what we need in a run stop. That's why I believe we drafted him. I think that he's nasty. He was already getting in the fights earlier this year.
Him and Josh Ball.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. Like, just that. And he even made a comment like, I'm coming to camp to shock people or something like that. I was like, okay, sound like this kid's ready to play. And I really want to. He's a guy that I'm interested in training camp. John, besides Marquise Bell, is definitely John Ridgeway. I want to see what this guy, if he can, bring that nastiness that we really need in those trenches. Because man, we need help, and we still trying to make up for that idiot named Tristan.
UCF apologizes.
Look, hate me all you want, but the way that you think about Simi Fehoko, Tristan Hill's my dark horse to somehow still make the team.
Wow,
like,
really?
And the chance is like 0.1%. That's why I said it's Simi Fehoko chances of making the team. That's why I said it. That's how I feel about Tristan Hill.
I don't know. And people were messing with me about Isaac Alcorn. Come on, now.
I know.
We said a lot of different names.
I know, but that's why I fully admit that I know his bullshit.
I'm with you.
So, hey, Mosh, Charlie, what do you guys think about our defensive front and the run stop? Charlie, you
Mosh, you gonna go? Yeah, he's on me. No, I'm not really worried about the run stop. I'm worried more about splash plays in the passing game. I'm not saying just let him gut us, but Asher Ridgeway was my favorite draft pick in this draft, so I think he'll step up. You still got Watkins. He played well last year at times, so I'm not too overly worried about it. I think somebody will step. And then and Neville, I think he's going to end up being the starting one. So because he gained some size, he put some weight on. I think that was for the one, and I think Osa's going to be the 3. So. Yeah, between them two, I think we'll be fine up the middle.
Nice.
I don't see too big of a huge issue. And the good thing about Neville, even with the weight put on, he's not a liability in the passing game. I'm not really big on one-techs that are just straight one-techs, and that's what the fuck they do. They're there to stop the run because you're basically only there 50% of the time or less. I mean, I've always said this. A true one-tech that's there to stop the run is only going to get more playing time if the team and the defense is failing. Like if the one takes out there on first down and they run the ball and we stop him, he's coming down off on 2nd and 10. So he just came off the field because your defense succeeded. But if your defense fails and gives up another first down, he gets to stay on. They fail again. The more the defense fails,
that's a good point.
The more he gets to play.
That's a good point.
And then on the opposite side of that, also if your offense is failing, the more your offense fails, meaning the more you get behind, the more he's going to stay on the field because the other team's going to run the ball more. But if the offense does their job and gets the lead, other team's going to pass more, he's going to come off the field.
Very good point.
And since we have a more pass-happy NFL, you have to imagine that,
that's
a guy that can play the 1 and 3 tech spots probably a little bit more valuable than just a pure 1 tech.
A lot
but you
more.
got somebody like Vita from Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Vita
he's
Vea.
not a liability on a passing down. He plays 60% of the snaps because they don't take him out on passing downs. If you give me a one tech like that can a big fat fuck like that can stop the run, and also he's not a liability on a pass and can put pressure on the quarterback, I'll take that one tech. But a one tech that is just, and I'm not saying don't draft him. Draft him late, just like they did Bo and just like they did Ridgeway, and don't pay him. Don't pay him. Don't give him premium money. For just your true one tech. Right. That's when I say I'm not a big one tech fan. That's what I mean. Draft them in the 6th round and
I
not
agree.
Them,
that's the way. That's why they got Bohanna.
They
got Bohanna in the 6th. They got Ridgeway in 5th.
Round?
Yeah, but that's I agree 100%. You don't get only the pure one techs like that. Those that only stop the run. You get them later on, and you don't pay them unless they develop into pass rushers as well. Like I'll never forget Gallimore against Washington when he ran over the center and Heineke and injured both of them, knocked them out the game.
With the weight gain and the strength gain this year, I think he'll
a full season. Season.
So exactly. Yeah. So I think he'll be able to be that one tech that also can stay on the field and plus we got our D line depth is pretty good and it's going to be a lot of movement.
It's on rotation.
There was last year.
Yeah.
You're going to see Osa at the 3, the 1, the 5. You're going to see Shit, D-Law moves into. He comes from the he
Chauncey
pass down
Golston.
sometimes. I love D-Law at 3-tech.
Yeah,
I love
agree.
when they move him
He
in.
caused some issues.
You got Golston who can play up and down the line of scrimmage. Osa can play up and down the line of scrimmage. You know, D-Law can play up and down the line. So our depth is going to be. I mean, it's going to be a lot of rotation there. So I don't worry about it too much.
I agree. I got Mosh.
I think we'll find an answer. Is what I'm saying.
Did we just sign
I agree.
Russell
Make great
Maryland
points.
and Leon Lett? Holy shit! What team is he talking about? Our biggest worries is going to be against the run game. We got solid corners and safeties right now. We got the pass wash, D-Law, Parsons. They're going to come at us with the run. Hey, wait till week 1 and week 2. MCF, it's the Bucks and Cincy.
Yep, Bucks and Bengals.
There's going to be a lot of running against us, and I wish, believe it or not, I would almost wish that they'd pass against us. We'll see. Again, we got training camp, we got preseason. I'm worried about the run game, the run defense. Facts.
Yeah, no, I'm worried. I agree with Charlie that we can get. They got if they step up, the run defense will be better. But if they don't, then it's Mosh. Mosh is gonna, he's right about that. I mean that's something that worries me as well. Setting the edge even with Dorrance Armstrong, can he do that consistently? If not, we're fucked.
But you also got to understand, I'm more analytical when it comes to this, and I'm more like the Chargers head coach. He said a couple of years ago when he was a defensive coordinator, I think, for the Rams, he said he'd rather give up the 4 or 5 yard runs than the 20 and 25 yard splash plays, because that kills the defense. That provides more scoring chances than the 3, 4, and 5 yard runs. And that's not opinion. That is fact.
That's interesting because then it also makes them have to run more plays, which then it gives the defense an attacking defense like we're going to have with Quinn.
Yeah,
it gives us more opportunities to get a turnover, make a big play. I get.
Yeah, it doesn't mean he opens up the floodgates and said, "Hey, run the ball on us anytime you want." He just said that he's willing to give up the 3 and 4 and 5 yard runs to prevent the 15, 20, 25 yard splash plays.
Some great points. And also, by the way, I know we didn't talk about corners too much. I know Anthony Brown, 9th in press coverage, and Trayvon Diggs, 1st in press coverage, and that's the way Dan Quinn uses them, press coverage most of the time. Jordan Lewis there in the slot. I know. What about Kelvin Joseph? And again, I was going to say, the safeties, they're kind of like pseudo linebackers a little bit, helping out in the run game as well. They're, Curses and Donovan Wilson, they help in the run game. And they bring them up a lot with Quinn, and they help with the run support. But any last comments on the defensive backs, the defense? Any other comments anybody want to make about defense? Yeah. Go ahead, Charlie.
Yeah, I never touched on it about Diggs.
Yeah.
I don't compare him to Dion, but people have a problem with this. He's a good cornerback with great ball skills, but he is not a shutdown corner, and I don't think he's top 35 cornerback in the NFL. But I do think he has a lot of room to grow. I do think he'll improve. And I do think he'll get better at things that he wasn't as good at last year. He's not getting 11 picks again. He's not getting double-digit picks.
I agree.
I got him between 5 to 7, and 7 will lead the league in NFL some years. A lot of years it will. I think the past 10 years, 7 has led the league like 6 times.
Yep.
So he can still lead the league in interceptions, but I think he'll get better at all the other stuff that we ignore, because when you get 11 picks, I really don't give a shit what else you do. I'm good. I don't give a shit if you go off PFF or PFR, whatever you go with on the yards he giving up. I don't give a shit. I'm tired of arguing about it. I don't care about the yards. If you're giving up 11 picks, I'll take it every day. But he's not going to get 11 picks every year. He's probably going to be between 5 and 7, and I think he'll improve on everything else. But yeah, I think he's a good cornerback with great ball skills and a chance to become a great cornerback.
Can I joke? He ain't going to get them if we're letting them get 5 yards to run.
What was that? Repeat that, Mosh.
I said he ain't going to get those INTs if we're letting them run 5 yards.
Hell, you mean if they never throw? Yeah, I get you. If we just run all over us.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we can't fucking just open up the floodgates on a run. But I don't. With the players we have, I think we can be good enough. I'm not predicting top 10 in this shit. I think we'll be good enough, and I'm not, like I said, I worry about more teams passing the ball and scoring a lot of points on us than if they want to drive down and take up 10 minutes of the clock and fucking get a field goal out of it or even get a touchdown out of it. I'd rather do that than them fucking score quick and fucking within 3 minutes and get a fucking touchdown. And then I trust our offense is what I'm trying to say. I don't really worry about it. If somebody wants to come out and try to control the clock on us, yeah, that's fine. But I don't think it's going to happen as much as people think it will.
I mean, I have to admit, I'm overall a fan of the general high risk, high reward situation that's going on with our cornerbacks, just because, you know, whatever the fuck we were doing before was not working, because guess what? We could, exactly, like, we weren't, you know, we weren't stopping passes, we weren't intercepting them, we weren't creating other situations. So really, we were just watching receivers catch the ball on us. I'm just saying that Trayvon Diggs, at least to me, I'm willing to take those not great factors, because he provides a bigger kind of it factor. And yeah, honestly, one of the things that I appreciate the most about Diggs is even in the moments where, you know, he's not a shutdown corner or getting those interceptions, he's creating opportunities where other guys are in that position. I think that's one thing that isn't really talked about. The fact that Diggs himself had 11 interceptions. Dude, everybody else on our team had interceptions. Like, what
Anthony
was the
Brown almost had 3 in a row.
So I'm just trying to say that type of elevation across the board.
But where does that come from?
And yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Defensive front.
It's Quinn's style, but I also think that it plays into Trayvon's natural ball skills.
The press coverage, the attacking defense. When you have a front seven, you can morph and switch up like the way Dan Quinn does, and get teams confused and they got to rush passes. You don't need to cover for 3 seconds.
But the trade-off is, of course, you know, when Diggs makes a mistake, like, they tend to be big mistakes. Like, they look bad. You know, we're talking, like you said, 20-plus yards down the field. Like,
I love his physicality, and that's what we didn't have with Byron Jones. You could still throw on Byron Jones, and he might, you know, knock the ball down, but you're not scared to throw at him. So hopefully, quarterbacks will be a little more scared to throw at Trayvon Diggs. Aikman said a famous thing. He goes, I'll take a shot at any cornerback that is a lockdown guy all the time. If you can't intercept it and take it back or get a lot of picks, I'm not going to attack you as much.
Yeah, the ghost of those 11 picks, thankfully, is going to hang over Diggs, regardless of how good he ends up actually being or not.
They might
That's
go
still
away
going to
from
make
him.
anybody second guess.
You guys said it. They might go away from him a little more often, so you're going to see less, yards against him. You're going to see less picks, but he's going to be giving other guys opportunities.
Aikman is a fucking liar. Aeneas Williams, one of the best. He went to fucking Irvin. Eric Allen, one of the best. He went to Irvin. Fuck you, Aikman. Darryl Green, one of the best. He went to Irvin. Aikman's a liar.
Well, he'll go against them when he got Irvin.
Deion Sanders, one of the best. He went to Irvin.
I can't deny that.
There you go.
Yeah, I hear you, man. But hey, you guys have any thoughts on the corners, the safeties, anything on that? Really, Kelvin Joseph is really the thing I wanted to say. Because what do you guys think is going to happen with Kelvin Joseph? The suspension?
Make better friends.
Well, definitely. But, I mean, he's now going to be, you know, he's cleared of charges and all that stuff, which is great for him. But we know what he was involved in. And so my thing is, with the suspension looming probably, I mean, I believe he should get suspended. What do you guys think about that situation? Which some people would cut him out there. Some people want to start him. I can't rely on him as a starter, so leave me with that shit. And I hate saying that when I disliked Anthony Brown. I wasn't the biggest fan of Jordan Lewis, but they showed me something last year in this Dan Quinn defense. So we got the 3 starters from last year. They did pretty good. Let's keep it going. You know, let's keep it going with these guys this year, and then see where Kelvin Joseph fits in after the suspension. I would say. I don't know. That's my 2 cents. What do you guys think?
It was all hype. It was fucking hype. Oh my God, we drafted this guy. Fuck AB. AB's got the experience. Fucking, you want to take AB's position? Beat him the fuck out. Beat him the fuck out. Don't be like, oh, we drafted you and AB. He had a couple bad plays, and oh my God, he didn't turn his head. Oh my God, he fucking had a whole thing. Whatever it is, what it fucking is. I'm tired of hearing this fucking name. He's on the team, and there's 53 others, or there's a zillion others now. There's like 100. I'm just tired of hearing his fucking name. It's like, holy shit. Do I need to leave the panel right now and go do my Anthony Barr video? Oh, we didn't sign it. Well, we didn't sign T.Y. Hilton. We didn't sign Julio Jones. How many fucking videos am I gonna go make? That, oh my God, we didn't sign this person. Again, you know, this guy, he's got the potential. He's there, but hey, you know what? We got our starters right now.
All right.
Let him get on the team.
Let him earn it.
Let him actually beat that guy out, and win that position straight up. Go ahead, guys.
Simus, what are you saying about Kelvin Joseph?
Absolutely. You know what? I know he'll be suspended eventually. It's real easy. Just let him play until he's done. Like, that's it. He'll be suspended maybe 5-6 games. I wish they would get it over with soon, and we'll have him for later. But overall, I love the defense. I absolutely love this defense. Like we could have just skipped the whole defensive talk. My concern is the offense. It's especially the O-line. Love the defense. I don't think we're gonna miss a step, and I just want to see that kid just have a sophomore season that is not a sophomore slump. And if we can do that, and if Sam Williams is anything like I used to see him play, I think we're gonna be fine. I do. I love the defense. Calvin's probably gonna be suspended 5 or 6 games, hopefully in the beginning of the season. But knowing Roger Goodell and all those morons, they'll wait for us to get hot.
Yeah,
he'll do something like have a pick 6 in a great game, and then
he gets
they'll suspend it. Yeah, he'll be. It's funny. He might be FedEx Player of the Week, and then he gets suspended. You know, they always want to wait. They did it with Randy Gregory. They let him come in, started looking good in 2016, turned right around, suspended him. They did it with Zeke. That's what they're gonna do. They'll wait for him to have a good game.
Yeah.
Oh, he's suspended.
Yeah, we definitely can't count on him right now, unfortunately. In my opinion, yeah. Charlie, what about you, man? Take us home here on defense.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about the defense. I think we'll be fine. I mean, we finished, again, the analytics part of it. We finished number 2 in DVOA and number 3 in EPA. So he's pretty efficient on the defense side of the ball.
Now, Kelvin Joseph. What do you 2 cents on that?
Oh, shit, man. I don't even know what to say. I think he'll probably be suspended. You also got to remember, I hate Anthony Brown, a Cowboy fan. I've defended Brown since 2016. So I think he's actually what I've always defended was when somebody told me he was trash or he sucked. I never said he was good. I never said he was great. I just said he's not trash and he doesn't suck. He had one bad year in 2017. He was fucking god awful. 2018 through 2020, he was run average, nothing special. But fans remember 2017 season, and they will never forgive him for it. Just like Carr, they never forgave Carr's one game against Megatron when he got beat like a fucking drum. From that point on, Carr sucked. Everybody hated him.
And Odell.
He did suck. He did not suck. He was a pretty good cornerback, but people remember that fucking game. Just like Jeff Heath. 2013 came in as a rookie. Wasn't he fucking supposed to get any playing time? Had a shitload of injuries. He got thrown out there. He got beat like a drum. Rest of his fucking career, he fucking sucked. As far as Cowboys fans, he didn't suck. He might have been average. We could have got better. But he wasn't as bad. It's never as bad as fans make it
And I
out.
believe he was used poorly by Marinelli in that defense.
He was, yeah. He was used poorly, and he was just kind of circumstanced. But when a player has a bad year or a bad game, they have to come back and be a Deion Sanders or Ed Reed for the fan base to forgive him, and that's not really fair.
I will say one thing.
Like I said,
go ahead. I'm sorry, Charlie. Go ahead.
But yeah, no, like I said, I like Anthony Brown. Anyways, what I'm saying, I never said he was good. I said he was average to above average.
Right.
But he had a good year last year.
And that's what I'm. You know, what's funny is that I disliked Anthony Brown because he was only average at best until last year under Dan Quinn. I think that actually that's the year I remember the most about Anthony Brown is this past year. Because to me, he definitely showed me something that he hadn't shown in the past. Whether it's because of the defensive front or Dan Quinn's defense, Quinn knows how to use him properly, get the most out of him. That's why I talk about the difference in coaching between Kellen Moore, who's going to use these guys to their best of their skill sets, and you got Dan Quinn who does. And that's just night and day on the coaching side. And
it reminds me of the '90s when, oh my God, we got Sanders. So Kevin Smith came in and got his 6 INTs for the year, and that was very solid. Yeah,
I think Dan Quinn's defense is going to be great for what we're going to do. Listen, one quick thing there, McCarthy, and the coaching hot seat for him. Any quick words on that? I mean, if he gets replaced, and if that means the Cowboys shit the bed, I think it's Dan Quinn. I think he's the guy we need to kind of upgrade to that spot. That's just my. It's either him, and then you hear the other half people saying Sean Payton. Fuck no, I personally do not want him here. That's just me. What do you guys think on that?
The way that man has changed this defense and the way that those boys play for him, I think if it is Dan Quinn, we're going to finally win the Super Bowl. I do.
Wow, Simus. I want to high five you.
It's him. I'm telling. I've been saying it.
He's the most respected guy at the Star. Like player, coaches, front office. He's the most respected guy.
I swear. I keep telling everybody, it's him. It's him. he got what we wanted with Randy Gregory. He brought out the best in Randy Gregory.
Yes.
I mean, it was just like, I seen it. Like last year was just like, it's him. That's how I was, even in a couple of videos, like, it's him. That's the guy. I didn't even want him when we first picked him up as defensive coordinator. But to watch the way those guys interact with him, and then I was watching, somebody sent me a video of him with Sam Williams and how Sam Williams was acting for him. And I was just like, it's him. It's fucking him. I want him as coach. Yeah. Everyone who know me knows
he's the heartbeat.
I call Mike McCarthy a used car salesman. I don't believe shit he says. And I just think that if Sean Payton is not it, it's like, what can you tell me about Sean Payton? One Super Bowl, and he lives in Dallas. Okay, and he's buddy with the organization. Jerry. Okay, it's Dan Quinn. If we let if there's some catastrophic thing that happened with the Cowboys, and if they actually do want to get rid of McCarthy, I would insert Dan Quinn. I'd feel so great about 2020. Not saying I don't feel good about this season, but I think it's him. Like, that's the guy. He'll go somewhere. So glad he didn't go to Denver. He'll go somewhere, and he'll be the man. And we're going to regret it. We'll all be sitting around going, oh, well, we should have kept him. It's him.
Let's just hope Jerry Jones don't pick Kellen Moore to replace McCarthy.
And if he brings out something out of Dante Fowler, if we can get maybe,
exactly, yeah,
if we can get let's say 5.5 sacks or 4.5 sacks out of Fowler, oh yeah, question answered. It's him. Like, Fowler is washed. I believe that it's him. Like,
how about the rest of the guys? What do you think about coaching? I mean, McCarthy, options after him if he's out of here. I mean, with all the talk with today, yesterday and today, McCarthy was pissed about expressing himself about Jones's comments. Jerry Jones'
he's like,
comments.
Can you guys ask me about literally anything else? Like, we're about to kick off the season, and you're talking about this.
And the first thing in today's press conference that was said was basically, hey, Mike McCarthy is my favorite coach of all time.
Jerry Jones doubled down and said, if I didn't think this was the guy that could get us to the Super Bowl, he wouldn't be sitting here next to me.
So what do you two guys think at the bottom here at the screen on this topic of coaching?
Go ahead, Mosh.
Well, now the rumor came out that Sean Payton wants to coach again next year, and I forget who released it. One of you guys know everybody's names on YouTube. So anyway, so that's what happened. But I'm like the coach. What do you like the guy? I hate the fucking guy. Oh man, the discipline penalties. The bottom line is, it's training camp time. It's wrong fucking timing to even go there. You're a fucking retard. You're an idiot. I'm trying to. Me as a coach, I'm trying to fucking focus on my team. Not where I'm gonna work next year. Fuck, I'm trying to get training camp.
I hear you.
This week. Yeah.
I'm just saying if you had Dan Quinn or Sean Payton, how about that, Mosh? Is that easy enough for you? Pick one. Go. Mosh.
You got to understand, Jerry. Hey, Sean can run the offense. Let Jay keep running the defense. You got to think Jerry's mind. We've been watching since the 98, 97, so we know how Jerry's mind works. Yeah.
Gotcha. And Charlie, DCU, man, finish it up before we do all the shout-outs here and say goodnight after a good 2-hour stream here, man. What do you think about the head coaching side of things?
I'm a McCarthy fan. I hope the team does well. And, he gets to keep his job. But as far as replacement, Sean Payton's not coming here. There's way too many things to overcome for him to come here. The rumor is he doesn't want to coach again, so we'll take that out.
Charlie, let me interrupt. Charlie, 14 fucking penalties in our playoff game. And you love to coach. Go ahead. You can fire away.
Yeah, would you want me to bring up some of Jimmy Johnson's games where we had 12, 13 penalties? I mean, shit happens. So, yeah.
Good answer. I wanted an answer.
But anyways, Mike, I like Matt McCarthy. Is he perfect? No. Fans don't like some of the things. And I've said this all the time. If you go to each fan base's message board, back in the day message board, or their Facebook page, or you'll see all fans, they at some point is going to bitch about their coaching. They're going to bitch about their fucking coaching's fucking clock management. It's just, that's how it is. Nothing's perfect. We play Monday morning quarterback. All of us do on our shows what we should have done, what we could have done. That's just how it goes. But there's no chance Sean Payton's coming here. First, he's going to want control. Jerry Jones ain't giving him that motherfucker control. Jerry Jones gave Jimmy Johnson control. That was his first hire. Jerry Jones gave fucking Bill Parcells control because he was having problems selling seats in Texas Stadium. I don't think a lot of fans remember that shit. I went to a game in 2002 or 2001 that they actually had to have a local business buy out the rest of the tickets to be on TV. There was another game where they had they found a loophole. They wasn't sold out, but they found a loophole to where they can televise and it wasn't blacked out fucking locally. They was having a huge problem. I bought 2 tickets, 2 hot dogs, and 2 fucking drinks for $99 and a fucking and a preseason game with that fucking ticket. That's how hard they was having problems selling tickets. He was trying to get a new stadium. He had to make changes.
Exactly.
And he made changes. He hired Parcells. He got his stadium. And now he has a $1.5 billion, no telling how much worth now, but it was $1.5 billion built stadium. They're worth $6.5 billion, what the fuck ever it is. There's no reason for him to give up control. He has everything. We get the ratings. We sell the most tickets every fucking year. So he's not giving up control. There's no reason.
And you know, out of the 3 things that Sean Payton wants, he wants sunshine, he wants a contending team, and the number one thing, control. It ain't happening in Dallas.
Then you got to give up fucking some kind of draft picks and some kind of compensation to get him. And then you got to pay him fucking $10-15 million a year.
Well,
it should be Dan Quinn. I'd be okay with that as long as
you kind of look like Dan Quinn, Charlie. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah, somebody else told me that one time. But yeah, no, I think it'd be Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn's he's got the locker room already.
Yeah,
you know, and unless that defense just fucking folds this year and something bad happens, I don't expect that. Earlier when I said I don't worry about the defense much, the whole purpose of me not worrying about the defense, I trust fucking Quinn. I've never seen, and they talked about it when they was covering the Cowboys games, I've never seen a defensive coach change so much in one fucking year.
Wow.
I mean, he came in, it was all cover 3. People was trying to guess what kind of coverage. His defense looked nothing like it did in Atlanta, and damn sure nothing like it did in Seattle. There was no cover 3. It was more man. I mean, he changed everything. He moved to a 3-4. We had a lot of 3-4 looks, which he never had used before. So I trust him. I trust whatever needs to be fixed from last year, he'll fix it this year.
Yeah, he did the changes that in his gameplay and his mindset that McCarthy claimed he did. Used car salesman, Simon says. Yeah, he sold himself to us, and now he's just sitting there as the overseer.
But we can't expect Kellen Moore to have the kind of knowledge to be able to adapt the offense the way that Dan Quinn is adapting the defense. Yeah. But that's the one thing. The only thing I'll say as far as the coaching, I still don't understand Dallas's mindset. You bring in an offensive-minded coach and then tell him he can't run the offense. So my only fear about Dan Quinn becoming head coach, are we going to turn around and tell him he can't run the defense now? Then what the fuck is the point of bringing in these guys with this skill set? That's the thing that gets me about McCarthy. I have not visibly or actively seen him involved. Take part in the offense when he's supposed to be an offensive-minded coach. One thing I have seen him do is get very involved with Dak Prescott. He's a very quarterback-minded coach, so at least that we have seen. And, Dak got hurt, so we can't really say if that's going to work out. But if our expectations go the way we plan, Dak is going to look better, not just because he's progressing, but because McCarthy has put in the work to help Dak develop
and that's why
as a quarterback.
Him rolling out, that's not Kellen Moore. That's Mike McCarthy. Let's see if that's the. Let's see if that plan pans out.
Though, like you said, we got to see it. So
if it's just spoken about, it's going to be Pollard.
Another hour of stream, my Cowboys' wife. Because do you think that's because of Jerry saying, "Hey, coach, I got Kellen, my boy, to run the offense."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's the front office that's allowing it.
Yeah, remember, this was way back when Jason Garrett was here. Again, same premise. Jason Garrett was brought in as a head coach because he was supposedly, this brand new, fresh, offensive mind, offensive guru.
Now he's washing cars.
Jerry Jones literally told him, you can't actually be actively involved in the offense. You gotta, you are the overseer. So, but, that was kind of my final thoughts. Now, thank you guys, first of all, for taking time out of your nights to come and chat Cowboys with us here. I'm going to ask you...
I got a lot. You want me to go off with more?
Actually, I do have one final question, but I want you to answer it in 30 seconds or less.
Oh, because I would love to call you 3 out.
Go for it. Go. You know what? Go for it, Mosh.
I think is this our final 5 like wish list? It's Tyler Smith, Jalen Tolbert, Sam Mills, Jabril Cox, and then Simi.
You mean
Sam
Williams?
Is that our 5 wish list that we hope they do well in training camp?
Well, actually, that was actually going to be my question. What's the one thing you want to see in training camp? And you got to say it in 30 seconds or less. And that's mainly directed at this guy over here, not at you
Dak
guys.
rolling out. Let's see Dak rolling out. I want to see him roll. That's going to change the offense. That's it. That's what I'm going to say.
You know what I'm going to say, right?
What?
Garibay. That's it. That's all I got to say.
Garibay, the kicker.
That's all I got to say.
That's hers.
That's it.
Hey, he's got to beat Lirim Hairulahu. So let's see how that goes. What do you guys think? Simus, Charlie, Mosh? 30 seconds
Y'all
or
go
less.
ahead. Y'all go ahead. Simus or Mosh, one of y'all can go.
Thank you for saying Garibay. Trying to see Garibay. I'm a huge Marquise Ball fan. I want to see this kid ball out. I really do. One guy that I'm interested in, I know I got to say this under 30 seconds, is the kid that we got from the USFL. I really want to see if this guy got
Christian
some kind of potential. Yeah, I liked him in college, so I really want to see what he can do.
Defensive Player of the Year over there in USFL.
And I want to see if John Ridgway is as nasty as he wants to be.
I want to see him eating glass. Hell yeah.
Oh, man. He reminds me of Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds. I want to see if
someone called him the Vanilla Gorilla. That's his nickname. So
I swear, I want to see if he's what I think he truly is.
I'm looking forward to that too. At least we can use him for those rundowns, those big. We need the big guys in there. We know he can do it. If he can show it, then he can do it.
Now, real quick, Simus, also let them know where they can find you at.
Oh, Simon Says YouTube. I'll put my Twitter, which I'm on gibbering all the time. I'll put it in the description, or I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah.
You can find me at Simon Says, just like it is on the screen, over on YouTube. Not safe for work. Better hide your wife and kids. Better keep it. Just understand what you're getting into when you listen to me talk. It's very opinionated, and I don't hold back. Simon Says on YouTube.
That's he's awesome. He's been around for years and years and years, and I'm telling you, I mean, we might not agree all the time. Obviously, we don't agree on everything, but my thing is that I respect his passion and his opinions on things, even if I know we sometimes will clash on them. It's all good. That's what I love. What about Mosh over here? What's your thoughts here on I guess what was your
30 seconds, Mosh. What do you want to see in you mentioned those 5 guys. Is that it?
Yeah, there it is.
The top 5. I got Simus mentioned a couple other people.
Yeah.
I think that's mainly after hearing us talk over and over. I think that's our top 5 that I called out.
You're right. Sam Williams is a guy you brought up. Is very good. Sam Williams will be a good if he can show what he's showing in OTAs and rookie camp. Ooh, you might see him progress a little faster.
I made a joke in the chat saying that they need Parsons and Williams need to switch jerseys mid-game and just kind of go back on the field. Don't say anything. Keep it real cool and just confuse everybody.
Them fuckers do look a lot alike, man.
They look almost identical. It's
they
creepy.
look a lot alike, especially when they're holding their kid. It's like
right.
Without pictures,
same
like,
interviews,
shit, man.
same thing. I'm telling you,
it's crazy.
Oh man.
What about you, Charlie? What's
wait? No, Mosh. Where can people find you at?
I can't. Yeah, the Mosh man, the Jersey man. I'm sorry, I forgot we're doing that. Yeah.
What do you want? Final shout out.
Where can they find you?
We got to go to your channel here in a minute.
Yeah, Cowboys Mosh. I do sportsman review. Any name, any number, any team, any sport. We've been willing to them for years. From Shango to Mark Holmes. They all have got their gear from me, my Cowboys family, of course. Anyway, it ain't about gear. It's about America's team, the D, the C, the motherfucking star. Again, you may see me drinking, smoking, cussing, playing guitar, being at a live concert at the beach, fishing. But in the end, it's always Cowboys, 24/7, 365. And again, as it becomes closer to the season, you'll see me. Here's the deal. There's that many people that do the games live. So I like to go live after the game and give my 2 cents. And it kind of works out. It really does. So, Cowboys Mosh, I've been popping my link, popping in Simus's link. Well, Simus's link is pinned, by the way. Charlie,
Aren't they
we would love to chat somebody, where's the mods at? Blow up his link in the chat. Charlie, where are you from?
By the way, all 3 of you guys' links are pinned in the description above.
Yes, guys. So again, like we said, make sure to subscribe to all these guys.
People are lazy. Blow up his link in the chat. Where are you from, Charlie?
Right now I live in a little town in Texas called Crockett. It's a little small town, about 7,000 people. I was born here, but I was raised in the southeast side of Houston, a town called Deer Park, Pasadena area. So, but yeah, now I live in a little small town, little bitty one.
Yeah, shout outs to fans like you and Simus, but like me and MCF, we are America's team.
You guys all repped it right here tonight, guys.
We love our true Texas brothers, but we are America's team.
America, worldwide, and universe-wide.
Yeah.
Charlie, what do you want to see most in this thing?
We can't all be lucky enough to be born in the homeland.
Well, what's your thoughts, Charlie? You and Simon's represent Texas there.
As far as training camp goes, I'm looking. This is an easy one, but I'm looking forward to seeing Dak. He has a whole off season of no rehab, just him working on his mechanics, him getting better. I'm excited to see how well he's going to be in training camp and how in the regular season. And one that I see a few people talk about it is Hooker. I'm excited to see him. I think he's going to take a big step. We didn't sign him last year to training camp, and he was coming off Achilles, and he turned it on at the end of the year, and I have a feeling he's going to have a big year.
Hell yeah!
That's one of my ones I'm really going to watch for is Malik Hooker. I think he's going to turn out good. And plus, there's a lot, man. I mean, there's so many battles that's going to go on that I'm going to love, but them two right there, Dak. That's because I'm a Dak fan. Dak's, I got a man crush on him. And then Malik Hooker is the one that I think nobody's talking too much about. I'm excited to see what he's going to do.
He's going to start now, and I'm with you, man. I'm really interested to see how all these guys are going to look out there. Gallimore, Sam Williams, all these guys. So we're all in the same boat.
So I can keep. Yeah,
we can keep going. There's so many battles.
2-hour conversation on that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just on that. So
that's all right. We'll save that one for the next one. So seriously, hey, you know what? The best part is the next time we do all hang out and chat Cowboys, we're gonna actually be able to talk about what we've been seeing either in training camp or on the field or something. So we're gonna be, we're gonna have a little bit more to back up some of the things. Everything we've said so far is all just predictions, assumptions, hopes, dreams, wishes. Now it's time for the Cowboys to actually do the damn thing. So again, thank you every single one of you guys for hanging with us. Thank you everybody in the chat.
Did he let us know where he can go?
Oh yeah, that's right. DCU. Tell the people where. Thank you. You see, now I forgot.
I forgot about it too. Pretty much Dallas Cowboys Uncensored everywhere. You can find me on Facebook, Dallas Cowboys Uncensored. I got a page and a group. Twitter, I just did a little bit of change. It's my account now. You can find me Dallas Cowboys U1, and on YouTube, Dallas Cowboys Uncensored. It's uncensored. It's called Uncensored for a reason. So,
Yeah, guys, and pretty much all four of these channels,
it's all
watch at your own risk. Make sure you're wearing headphones if you're around the family.
I even got mine rated as not for kids. All right.
So do we. So do ours. We got family in it. But this whole channel is unfiltered tonight.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for making it that way. We couldn't do it without you all. And I can't wait till the next time we do this. Whose channel will it be on? Charlie's, Simus's, Mosh? You let us know.
That's why you guys all have to subscribe.
I want to get Mosh plug. If you like metal, you like guitar playing, go check it out. He got good Cowboys content, but go check his guitar playing out. He can slash a fucking guitar if you like metal.
And if you like some discussions on there, sometimes some fights.
I'm an old metalhead, so I fucking love it.
Hey, go see that guy. He'll say the N-word. He'll tell you to go fuck yourself. He'll fucking block you. He don't give a fucking shit. That's how Simus does it.
Well,
That's how he runs it.
But I can't say that.
He ain't fucking Mark. He ain't Lowell. He ain't Mosh. He ain't MCF. Go Simus says.
I love it. I love all you guys, man. You guys truly made it happen tonight. Cannot do this without you all. So
you got all 32 flavors of Baskin Robbins in here. Wait, is it 32 or 31?
30,
I don't care.
31.
32.
Is it 31?
32 teams. 31 flavors.
There you go.
32 teams, 31 flavors.
Say it, but guess what? Only one of them matters. That's the Cowboys. Again, look, we're going to keep going if we don't stop it here. So seriously, guys.
Thank you all. Seriously. Hey, go over on Mosh's channel, Simus's channel.
Give me that 5 minutes.
And Mosh can have a stream going,
Mosh
but
is the after party.
make sure you guys, everybody gets subscribed here. All these channels, including us, of course. You guys are here, so you guys probably subscribe. Subscribe to all these great guys. The links are in the description and pinned in the chat. I'll see all three of you guys very soon. Charlie, peace. Mosh, peace. Simus, peace. Baby, peace.
Bye.
We're almost gone, right? Guys, there we go. There. Guys, thank you truly for rocking with us tonight on My Cowboys Family. Let me make sure I get this right. There it is. Wait.
Yes. We already kind of mentioned it, but yes, guys, remember, this is just, hopefully the first of many, unfiltered roundtables coming at you. But remember, it's not always going to be here at MCF,
Right.
They're going to be on Simus Says. They're going to be on Dallas Cowboys Uncensored. They're going to be on Cowboys Mosh. So that's why make sure to follow all of them. Subscribe to all of them. Hit that notification bell for all of them. You don't want to miss out. But let me do some very, very quick shout-outs for everyone who's here in the chat currently now. But then we got to roll because
it's late.
I have an extra early morning tomorrow.
We did a double duty today, guys. So it is what it is. I had a lot of fun, and my brain's now gotten bigger with Cowboy information. Thank you, guys.
So Burn Bar, Cowboy Mosh, of course, Nate, Stephen White, Elazar Mendoza, Randy Stites coming through, Scorpio, hello and hi. We have, let me see, P Money in the house, Asmodeus, much love, Harold Jones.
Harold Jones.
We have a troll, it's okay. Joe Juarez, what's up?